Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Okay, ladies
There
and
comes a
gentlemen.
time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the like already. That's what I'm talking about. It's about to go down again. We're going to be talking about the American Saved Act. I felt it's important to keep pushing this topic and things. So therefore, let me put this up here first, and then I'm going to show myself here. Let me just put this up. There we go. There we go. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Ladies and gentlemen, boy, the American Save Act. One day, right? One day vote, right? And this is what we're going to be talking about here, you know? So I welcome you guys into the chat with warm embrace, and we're going to get started today. Boy, I tell you though, boy, so let's go ahead and get it started. Let me see here. Was I going to say something? Hope you guys like the new thumbprint there, Look at that, boy. Save America Act. Safeguard our vote. And that's what we're going to be talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the like. We have to safeguard our vote, and we have to do it, and we are going to do it, and we are going to win. Yes, we are. Yep, the American Save Act. You know how important this is for the American Save Act? Because this is about saving America, right? Just like we talked about yesterday, right? We talked about that yesterday, boy, about that compact, the National Vote Compact that they were trying to do. Thank you for the likes. And I'm glad that we have, shared a lot of light on that subject, because it's very important what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy, right, the electoral college vote and try to run off the popular vote, because they know they can't win with the things that are in place right now, along with the Constitution, because they hate it. And we're going to talk about it in things, right? So voter ID, right? Very, very important with voter ID. Number 2, paper ballots, right? Because if we have voter ID, paper ballots, there's no way that the cheating mechanism could be put into place, right? Proof of citizenship, right? This is another thing. Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys already know, ladies and gents, when we got these things in place, right? This mechanism, it makes it very difficult for them to cheat. And this is what the Dems really hate. They don't like this, right? In person, no mass mail-in absentee for military, disabled, right, as well as the verified enable was a say enableability, right, to be at the polls. So in other words, senior citizens have a problem trying to get down to those polls, and there should be special conditions, right? As we always say, in person, right? No mass mail-in, right? And we're talking about absentees for military, disabled, and verified people, which is a lot of our seniors and other people that cannot physically walk and move down there to be at those polls, right? We also want smaller precincts as well. Smaller precincts, national holiday, right? So therefore, national holiday, you should have that day off when you go in to vote, and I'm all for that. Results by 9 p.m. Winners announced by midnight, right? Thank you for the like. And Americans, as you all back this, right? This is what it is. The American Saved Act, right? We have to save America. This is the last place, the final frontier. And I appreciate you guys for showing up, though, This is exactly what it is. I try to talk about stuff of real importance, right? I mean, because you got the news for the other things, but look around. This and what the Dems, like I talked about yesterday, what they're trying to do is trying to remove the Electoral College, get rid of it, right? So they can have this popular vote and have the big cities like California, 60%, to control and suppress voter people in these rural areas and other cities and stuff like this, because they know they cannot win on an equal footing. They never really won on an equal footing. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it, They never won on an equal footing. I'm going to keep this up here for a minute because I just want people that may not be aware as to what's going on. Why is this thing called the American Saved Act? It is what it is. Because our electoral vote has been hijacked, right? We saw that in 2020, and actually it goes back further than that, but let's just talk about the recent stuff. 2020, when it was hijacked from Trump and it was given to Biden. He was what we call a selected so-called president. He wasn't elected by the people. He was selected. There's a big difference, right? And we've seen what has happened after he got in there. For the 4 years that Biden was in, he caused major havoc in regards to our economy, the border, right? Thank you for the likes, right? To say the least. What he did, he pushed a mandate stating that American people, right, they had, in order for them to go to work, they had to be vaccinated. Y'all remember that stuff? You had to take the jab, vaccination, right? These are the things, ladies and gentlemen, that we call a fascist. Because anytime you got to put a mandate on stuff, thank you for the likes, and force people, and that's what he did. I remember people's jobs were at risk, right? In the military too. People walked off, man. I would have. I never taken the jab before, and some of you did, and I'm not beating you up for it, but we know it was forced. That's why he had to put a mandate. Here it is. They had to take that down because there was a lot of lawsuits that happened behind that. Anytime you put a mandate over the Constitution, you are at fault and at risk. That makes you un-American. Thank you for the likes. This is exactly what ended up happening. President so-called Joe Biden, he done this type of stuff. Nobody from the left called this ish out for what it really is, right? We saw it. A lot of moderates saw it. They said, this is infringing on our constitutional rights as American citizens. And with the left, they can't even defeat this talking point because they know it happened. We remember it because it really wasn't that long ago. We're talking 2020, 2021, right? This is end up happening. Look what ended up happening, right? You got people that in order for them to be able to continuously working at their job, right? They had to take the vaccine jab. We all knew it. And if you didn't, you had to show your papers, right? Stating that you have gotten the vaccine. It was like this little card and things. I forgot the dimension size. Maybe it was a 3x5 or something like that, or a little smaller, 3x4, 3x5, something like that. You had to show this card stating that you have gotten the vaccine, right? Because you wouldn't be able to work. It's a mandate. This whole, man, we can go, thank you for the lights. We can even go into the conspiracy of it all with the actual COVID-19, which people have already went over that. That's why they had to push, thank you for the lights. They had to push a mandate on top of that. This is how bad and how awful it is. They couldn't sell it, so they said, we'll force it on the people. Because if they had, let's just say it like this, if the left demo KKK rats was so good at this, right, they should have, why was it hard to sell it? They had to sell it, right? All these people dying in the hospital and all this nonsense. They were pushing this hoax, man, and they had to sell it. And in order for them to sell it, they had to create a mandate in order to force the people. And that's fascism. And I call it out for what it is. So anytime they come in this room talking about Trump and fascism, I can show exactly when Biden did it and Obama did it with Obamacare. Remember we talked about this before. Thank you for the likes. In order to have Obamacare, now if you didn't pay into it, you were forced, you were hit with a fine, I believe it was like $400. And it was on my taxes extra for exactly what it is. Every year you didn't buy into Obamacare, it was an extra $400. No wonder we couldn't get ahead. Whatever happened to the Constitution, where people had the right to be able to select, the Medicare benefits instead of being forced? This whole Obama thing was terrible, right? He got, what is it, $250 million kickback a year off of that hoax, that phony stuff. United Healthcare, they had it set up where we didn't have no choice as an American. We didn't have any choice with regards to that Obama stuff. All that's, thank you for the lights, all that stuff was forced on to the American people, right? So there's fascism again. Because in order for him to sell it, he had to create a mandate. Both so-called presidents had to create a mandate to push it on to the people, right? And this is where we are right now. Now they're trying to do the other thing. Now, I talked about Abigail Spanberger, not Hamburger, but Spanberger, right? And what she was trying to do is trying to get this bill passed. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the National Voter Compact, that she was trying to get that going. And you already know the people on the right, MAGA, right? Patriots stood up and said, hey, if you try to pass this bill, we will sue you. You know she had to hold off on it, because if she put that thing through, it's going to be a hell of a lawsuit. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we got to stay vigilant. We have to be aware of what's going on, because again, they're trying to destroy our constitutional rights, right? And this is one of the things. Thank you for the likes. We all are banded together as brothers and sisters. I don't want to hear any more of this black America, white America. We all Americans, man. That all came from the left. The Democrats created that. They use race to divide people so they can control people, right? We already know this, right? But getting back on the American Saved Act, which is so important, this is what we want. We want the voter ID, right? We want the paper ballots. We want proof of citizenship. These are the things, ladies and gentlemen, that we as Americans must have and we will have. I'm going to get to the comments later, but we will and we will achieve it. Just like we're going to win the midterms. They already know, as I mentioned several times, they already looked at the internal pollings. The Democrats are so far underneath water, it's unreal. They can't win this way. So they have to set up mandates or try to change things. In this case, they're trying to get rid of the Electoral College, right? Because they know they don't have any way of winning. And they're going to keep those Dominion voter machines in these blue states. And you know why? Because they can be programmed. They can be manipulated. They can be hacked. Even though at the government level, federal government level, where they already have cited these machines as being troublesome. But at the state level, they want to continue with the same old Dominion machines and stuff like that, right? This is exactly what it is. But like I said before, we have to show up in droves like we did before in 2024. We have to make this thing so big to rig, because they're going to cheat. They're always cheaters, right? They cheat. They lie, cheat, and steal. The demo KKK rats are liars, they are cheaters, and they steal. Lie, cheat, and steal is what they know best. Lie, steal, and also kill. Lie, cheat, kill, lie, cheat, right? And kill and steal. That's what they're good at doing. That's what they do. That's what they do, you know? So, like it is, I can go on and say this, and we got the facts to be able to back it all up. I mean, because if you look around, look at California, man. California is out of control, right? With their cheating, right? They've been stealing money, right? Look at the all that money that they done jacked off, man. It's over billions of dollars, triple digits, just in California alone. Remember Gavin Newsom? He tried to promise that train. We're going to call California California because it's commies over there. We call that country, I mean, that's that state country, that state, we're going to call that state for what it really is, right? That state is no damn good, right, at all. He been promising, right, what's that, mass transit system? This is over 25 years ago, and we still ain't seen it. They pocketed all that money. They had no intentions of building a mass transit system, right? And that's one of the things right there. All this other money, Nick Shirley been doing an excellent job, and then they try to create a law. I think they did trying to create a law stating that you can't do independent journalism and you can't be checking in on one. Why they got to do that on the left? Why you got to do that, right? If you were so innocent and you were so not guilty, you wouldn't have to set up safeguard laws to keep people from snooping, keep independent journalists, right, from going in there and investigating. You guys should check out Nick Shirley's work. He's an excellent journalist. Even the other Nick dude, Nick Sorta, both of those guys are very, very good at what they do, right? But the thing about it is that the Dems, the demo KKK rats, once again, they are so trash, and their party is garbage, man. That's the thing about it, though, you know. The bots that come in the room, just ignore those bots because they don't have anything, right? They just come in here and they're just, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can do a bot. I can do the same thing if I wanted to. But they have to set up no kings. They got to try to convince people. You notice on the right, we don't have to do any of that stuff because we're sitting pretty. We stand by the Constitution. The left, demo KKK rats do not, right? This is a country for freedom. The demo KKK rats is about oppression. They're about mandates, and they're about control, right? It's what they do. And lie, cheat, steal, and kill. It's what they do. That's exactly what they do, right? Anybody that speaks out against the left, you already see what they do. They come in this room trying to tell you, you know, they try to tell you what you should and what you cannot do, right? We're not going for the communist stuff, socialism, and all the rest of this crap that they trying to push. There's a new day. We are a constitutional republic, not a democracy. A constitutional republic. Don't you forget that, right? Because that's exactly what we is. Gavin Newsom ruined. I mean, California. And that's the thing about it, though, you know. Him and what else? The mayor, that old DEI, low IQ, Karen Bass. Oh, my good. Hard on the eyes, man. Ooh, my goodness. Ooh, man, that wildebeest. Oh, my goodness, man. Shoot. Boy, ooh. You know what I'm saying? I think she playing for the other team. I can see why. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine being married to that? Oh, my goodness, man. Woo, man. Tell me something, man. Where my wildebeest sound horn is. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for the likes. Horrible, man. Ooh, man. She made Whoopi Goldberg look like a beauty queen. Boy, I tell you, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, man, just ugly for no reason. Ugh, Mo. Oof. Terrible, man. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so, and it's, but this is what DEI give them. They give people in positions that do not deserve it. Even when they had that fire. Y'all remember they had that damn fire out there in California? And they hired all those DEI had fire people, a bunch of women, queers and weirdos and stuff. None of them knew how to put out the fire. Oh my gosh. And I'm not even laughing at the people in California, in LA area where it burned, man. It was sad though, man. And and like I said, my heart goes out to those people, man. But it was on her watch, Karen Bass and Gavin Knucklehead Newsom, right? Those are the top people that was to blame for that situation, right? And I ain't gonna never get up off of it either. You know what I'm saying? They got a problem with it. They can come and see me because I'll tell it to their face that y'all were the problems. You were the problem. You were the ones that caused that situation, just like those fires, man, out there in the Palisades and stuff. They were the ones causing all that fires. I was always wondering why we always got California fires and they were out there doing it. You know what I'm saying? We know what they've been doing. All them fires. You don't have a fire, man. Fire. Burning, right? Boy, I tell y'all, man, it ain't no good. But I thank you guys for coming in the room and stuff today. We just talking about what is real, what is going on. And let's get back on this American Saved Act once again, man. What you guys see right here is common sense and logic right here. Another common sense policy that any American can get by, right? We already know with the left, the demo KKK rats, they were the same ones to allow all these illegals in our country. And then they had the nerve to be voting in our electoral voting process, which they shouldn't have never been a part of. That's treason right there, right? You have these people on the right that are insane, out of control, nitwits, morons, low IQ types of people look at the men. The men are nothing but emotional babies, right? These are emotional people that are already gone. That's why you always hear me have to pull out the, you know what? It's okay, Dems. Especially the men. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to get some McDonald's afterwards. Boy, that's all they know how to do. Cry victim. Oh, it's okay. Come here. It's okay, Dems. It's going to be all right. That's all they know how to do is cry victim. They put up these here it is. They want to say that they have a solution, never follow through on it, and then blame other people. Blame everything on Trump, what they could have been doing. Trump has been exposing them, even with the crime thing, right? They've been in power the longest. Trump ended up taking care of this in Washington, D.C., right? We're also talking about Memphis and Chicago, working on these other places, right? The Dems had every opportunity to do this. They did not, because you know why? The criminals are their foot soldiers. Remember I said before? They're pushing these riots. They're pushing, trying to bankrupt America, trying to destroy America while they take the money. And this is actually factually true. I stand on this because we see all the evidence, But look at it. Crime has been reduced down. We haven't had it this low since 125 years, right? But when we asked the same question, well, when the Dems were in control, they kept saying, well, we need more money. We need more money. We need to finance. We need more officers on the street, more officers on the street. And then they told the officers in the cities to stand down. He had to bring in the National Guards. Now, I know with Washington, D.C., that was a little different. You know what I'm saying? But they backed up the people there. You know what I'm saying? It's like with the gang activity that was going on when it was under the Dems watch, right? And then they let the illegals too. They have their foot soldiers in these other countries like Venezuela, right? El Salvador, MS-13, Tren de Alagra, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We talking about some very dangerous gangs. They weren't allowed to come over here and do what they did. Look at what's going on, right? That girl, Laken Riley, should have been alive right now. And we have to blame who the blame should go. It's the demo KKK rats. That's why her and many of these other women are not here no more. I'm going to do a special thing in tribute to the women and some of the young boys and so forth that were unalived by these people. It's a horrible thing, right? And I don't see on the left now one time that they have, basically announce or denounce what has happened. They act as if it didn't exist at all, right? This is where this is a problem from this particular group coming from the left. These people right here are not just short of a six-pack, but these people are true Satanists to me. Because a lot of them don't believe in any type of God or anything at all. These people, man, absolutely gone. Because if you believe, you're spiritual and so forth, you will have a heart. You would call this out too. They don't call out ish. It's all about the money. Don't y'all find it strange? And this is the same people we're dealing with the voter stuff. Thank you for the light. These people are soulless people. We can't even coexist with these people. They act as if they have the leverage. They don't believe that they have been beaten. They don't believe because they absolutely think that everybody got put on a MAGA cap to come out in public. No, they don't have to do that. You got more people that are in solidarity with each other, more so than ever. They're not standing against it. I mean, they're standing up for this treason and this BS and stuff like this. That's why I say it's not even something that we as the people, right, should even be, even though we are concerned because they're going to try to cheat. That's why I said we have to talk about this American Saved Act stuff, right? This is exactly what it is, right? This is exactly what it is. Yeah, this is exactly what it is. Thank you, Black Guy 9, man. I see you back. Yep, I see you back, though. I was over here yesterday holding it down by myself, but that's all right. And you notice with the left, they always do this. They always love to move the goalpost. They say, well, here's this thing though. You don't talk about it's apples and oranges when you trying to compare. Oh my goodness, you trying to compare Renee Good and the other dude, right? Petty, right? You trying to pay Alex Petty. You trying to paint. No life should be lost. But here's the difference. They were agitating the police officers. Laken Riley was not. She wasn't even agitating nobody. Out and about doing whatever she was out there doing. It was her God-given right to go out there and enjoy. She didn't ask for no predator to come up on her and do what they did to her. So stop it. You're going to lose that damn fight. Do you know you're going to lose that fight? You don't even have it. And like I said, I was waiting for you to come with that foolishness. Renee Good got exactly what she deserved along with Petty. Both of them. Right? Alex Petty, Renee Good. Right? They got exactly what they deserved. Right? Exactly. Right? Here you go again. It's always about moving the goalpost. You know, with the Democrats, they can never stay on topic. They keep constantly moving the goalposts. And we checkmate them there too. Then they're going to move it again. And they're going to move it again. And they're going to move it again. This is just a game for this musical chair. Dude, move it again. Move it again. You know how ridiculous you sound? A lot of you don't even know how to debate. And if you did, you still wouldn't follow the rules. This is why we're dealing with idiots, right? Idiots. Most of them are just idiots. They're not even worth even talking to. You know, I really don't address a lot of them because a lot of them are just nothing but victims, babies. And when men are liberals, are soft as pie, weak, take their orders from a woman, you know what I'm saying? They are led by a skirt, miserable, frustrated. No, they don't get no attention from women. I mean, it's just a sad thing to see a male, right? It's okay, but seeing a male as a liberal, oh my goodness, different color hair, septic rings and nose rings and all this other type of stuff. As a man, right? Oh my goodness, would a real man on the left stand up? They don't even know how to stand up, man. Man, who is the woman? You know who the man is with them? The men are the liberal women. That's who the man is. And they are the liberal females, which is the men, right? That's the thing about it. Instead of looking at this thing with more logic, you know? Boy, I tell you, man. And the one thing that liberal whites hate is a black conservative, right? And I already said this over and over and over. Black conservatives is, you know why they hate us so much? Because they can't back us up as being racist. You know what I'm saying? They can't use the same strategy as they can with whites and others. It doesn't work very well with us. And that's why I go in on their ass every single time, though, you know? That's the thing about it, though. And a lot of them are cowards. They wouldn't even say this stuff in my face, man, let alone. You know what I'm saying? They just cowards. You know, I come from the hood for real, right? That's the thing about it. So a lot of these punks and pussies and sissies do not. They're just led by women and all off their emotions, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, though, boy. I tell you, they cannot deal with black conservatives. They got to deal with us on another whole level. Thank you for the likes. I said this all the time. See, they can't back us up with being a racist and a hater. See, that works with whites and others. Don't work with us. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work with us. Yep, you got down there, Clarence Thomas is a great American. You know, oh yeah, I see you there, black guy now. Yep, you're right about that, you know. There's a lot of great Americans that are conservative, right? And Thomas Sowell is another one. Thomas Sowell is a black great intellect. He wrote many books about this stuff. You know, Black Hillbillies, which is one of my favorite that he wrote, and I just listened to it and watched it. I mean, read it and listened to the Audible as well in the car as well. I mean, it's a beautiful thing when I had Audibles, which is a good thing, right? So that's what it is, though. If I'm so boring, if I'm so boring, why you in the room? See how it is? That doesn't make any sense. If I'm so boring, why are you here, sir? That's the thing about it. If I'm so boring, why are you here? Right? That's the question, though. See how they keep moving the goalposts? They love asking questions. Well, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why is this? Why is that? Why is unemployment? Why is still this? But they never have the smoke for their own party. And black folks are some of the ones that is still a Democrat. Y'all are some of the worst people on the planet. It's kind of like saying I love being a slave Negro and I love being on a plantation. This is how the world view you guys. And then you go over here talking ish about what somebody else ain't doing when your party is the one that started the whole thing. I stand on calling the Democrats KKK because they have a history of it. They can't deny it. They can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? Thomas, thank you for the like. Thomas Sowell is a national treasure. You think any of these people read his stuff? No. Conservatives know who Thomas Sowell is. Liberals do not. They don't even know who this guy is. And the ones that know him, they call him a bootlicking turncoat and a sellout. They never read one book. Ain't that something? It's just so funny, right? But they know how to come in this room, act like a pussy, whine and crying and act like a baby. That's why I treat them like a baby, too. I'm going to get you pacifiers in a minute. We're going to go down there to McDonald's and get y'all some Happy Meals, though, from the left. I go harder on the liberal men than I'm with them women. It's understandable about some of them, but look at the men behaving like worse than the women. Look at them. Look at them. So sad and lonely. Being a victim, sad and lonely. Sad and lonely. Sad and lonely. I tell you, man, it's so funny, man. It sure is. But other than that, though, yeah, so this thing here will pass. You know, I know Trump got some other safeguards, but this is going to pass, ladies and gentlemen. It has to. It must. Because this is about saving America, right? Because we already know. The Dems expose themselves. It ain't about us to have to expose ish at this point. They expose themselves. Not supporting this particular thing here. We're talking about this bill here. They do not support it. They care. That's why they're in this room. They care more about illegals in this country than American citizens. Ain't that a fact? Thank you for the thumbs up. It's a fact. We stand on that. It's the truth. I stand on it. They care more about illegals in this country. They care more about Trinde Alagra and MS-13 than the people in this country. They care more about these illegals getting set-aside programs in SNAP benefits, right? They care more about these people that are foreigners and illegal aliens in our country, right? They care more about these people. They care more about these people having CDLs, right? Driving a truck, right? Talking about they do jobs that Americans don't want and all the rest of this stuff. These are the insane people from the left, right? That are whack jobs, that are so far gone mentally, right? These are the people right here, right? And we are putting a stop to it. Because not only that we have taken back America, now that we are a constitutional republic, not a democracy anymore. Democracy means mob rules, right? And they stand for it. The left stand for mob rules. They like a mob boss telling them what they can and cannot do, right? They love being told what to do. These are cowards. They have no smoke for their own party. One thing about conservatives, we can call out if it's something that we don't like. But on the left, they don't call it out at all. You know, you even got John Fetterman. You mean to tell me he's the only politician that can call out foul, right? From the people on the left, right? And he's a male. John Fetterman has more balls than a lot of the people on the left do, right? Look at him. Pussies. The pussy liberal men, black, white, and other, look at it. They have more. Look at John Fetterman, and I'm not a big John Fetterman fan, but I have to respect John Fetterman, right? He has more balls than the men that are liberals on the left. They don't have the balls to call out their party, right? They stand for this what we call anti-American systems and these phony ass laws and stuff. They stand by this stuff. They want to call you out, and they love moving the goalposts every time with another question and another question. We don't answer your questions no more in here. You know what I'm saying? You're going to answer my questions, and you're not allowed to move the goalposts. When we really start having a so-called debate for real, you cannot ask the question with a question. You cannot talk about apples and oranges, and we stay on the same topic. And this is what it is. If you break these rules, you're automatically out. If you crash out, you automatically out. Just that's how it is. Because I don't have to crash out to get my points across, right? And this is what it is. I'm going to put some restraints, right, on this type of stuff. And a lot of them ain't going to make it. You already know that. You're going to be out. It'll be a cuss word or whatever. You're not allowed to swear and cuss. That's another thing, too. You have to, once again, you have to answer a question when a person asks you a question. Thank you for the likes. If you don't know it, just say that you don't know, or say, I just pass on it because I don't know. It looks better than trying to just come up and asking a question with a question. That's why I say a lot of these people that come in here, they're not debaters. They don't know how to debate. They debate with their emotions. And then they crash out. You can't get nothing when it's a flat out blown argument. I had to get rid of it. I had to cut it off. Right? And then that's the thing about it. They're like children that come in my room. These are children that we're dealing with here. Grown-ass men and women too. That's supposed, thank you for the likes. They're supposed to be setting a better example to the youth. Right? If I were to record this stuff, which I do the screenshots, and show the kids, I say, do y'all realize that these are grown men and women that come in here that's acting worse than you guys? You know? How about setting some examples for the children? You know, you don't know who's watching. And that's another thing. See, they're so brain dead. They can get up in here and say all this type of crap and stuff like this. And, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If we were to debate in front of children, though, you know who would lose? They would lose. Because they'd be acting just like babies. Big old, grown, overgrown ass babies. You know? That's what they do. It's just a shame, though, man. You can't even back the people of America, which makes you a traitor. And like I said, these people here, a lot of them are not even American, man. They're not. They're not. And this is what, look at this. He got coward ass, though. A lot of this stuff there, you all big and bad on the internet. You know, that's the thing about it. But what you gonna do about it? You big and bad over the internet, right? That's the thing about it. You on the internet looking like a fool. Forensa or whatever your name is, man, you are the coward. You hide behind a fake name. You don't show yourself at all. You know what I'm saying? Once I put this picture down, I'm always showing myself. You never show yourself. You are the biggest coward ever. And many of you are, because you hide behind a meme. You hide behind something. He's talking about weak on the internet. If I'm so weak, you the bigger person that's the weak person. Look at you. Look at you. This is the thing about these, look at them. They're pussies. You could tell that they ain't got no woman or nothing in their life. Look at them. Sad. Just sad. And I love calling these people out. Look at him, nigga, look at, we can't see, look at him, nigga, he sound like a baby. Stop crying, man. Look at him, nigga. You should stop, you, beta. You's a beta. Beta. Oh, my God. You're an embarrassment of the black race, you know. You should be embarrassed for allowing these old Al Sharpton, Roland Martin, and all these other so-called black leaders. Shame, shame, shame. They do nothing for the black community at all, man. What we got, ghettos, poverty, right? Look at this stuff that they and a lot of them have created. Why because you know why? Your so-called black leaders, they ain't gonna never fix it. None of them. You know why? Because they get money for this stuff, right? We got to keep the ghettos there. Keep the strife. Keep the violence and so forth. Keep the gangs active in these ghettos so they can get paid, stupid. You ain't your so-called leaders, I've been called them out, man. All of them. And they know I'm telling the truth. They don't want Trump to win. They want him to lose so they can stay in position. When Trump wins, you think that we need a black leader. We don't even need him now. They don't do shit for the people. Look at them. Pussies. All of them. You're going to sit up here and tell me you can name the organization. Useless. Action Network. I call it Inaction Network because they ain't never been about no action. You're going to roast this clown right now. Big bobblehead. You know, body don't even fit his head, man. He's too damn old for this foolishness. He need to go and sit down somewhere. I'm talking about Al Sharpton right now. He ain't never been about black folk. Al Sharpton ain't gonna see you in public. He don't go into the ghetto unless if somebody dies and they have a little pretty speech and in a black church. And he get paid off of it, and that's about it. in the ghetto still crying out looking for a Messiah, when you should be over here looking in yourself. You done conned you with with that religion. I don't follow no organized religion. None of them is no good, right? This is the main problem now when it comes down to people and religion in general. Look at them. Look at them. This is the thing. This is sad. This old weird hairdo wearing, fried and laid to this back, slick back. I tell you, man, you know what I'm saying? No answers, no policies, but all they can do is race bait. That's all they have. That card is played out. Race bait. You don't have DEI no more. It's merit. Get used to getting out here and working. If you want something for yourself, you get your ass out here and work for it. Thank you for the light. That's what you do, right? And stop listening to these clowns, because they ain't going to deliver you. You got to deliver yourself. Stop looking for a black leader. None of them my leader. None of them tell me what to do. I tell myself what to do, right? And right now, they are the problem. They never been the solution. You've been duped. You've been hoodwinked. Even Brother Malcolm even had to tell you not to be listening to trumpet players and musicians and so forth. And that's what they do. They think that these people care about black folk. Because if they cared about it so much, then they should be setting up businesses and infrastructures in these particular cities that they came from. Don't you find that rich? Oprah Winfrey have a bushy worth like $2 billion though. I ain't seen her one time build a black anything in the inner cities at all, right? And she ain't by herself. I call the rest of them out as well too. What have they done? This is your own so-called black folk that you hold up. They ain't did ish in the black community, right? And you talking about somebody else. I hold more fault for these people that call themselves leaders and black clergy. They ain't none of them did anything, right? Other than get that money and keep you in a forever free fall, right? Believing that you a victim. Nothing comes good of being a victim, right? They don't build erect no statues for being no victim, right? Thank you for the light. Ain't nothing coming from being a victim but being a victim. You give your power away. Thank you. Thank you for the lights. Give your power away, sitting up here complaining, whining, bitching, and moaning when you can get out here and work yourself. Fix your situation, right? Everybody got to take some type of accountability and responsibility. The lack of the black community right now is a lack of accountability and responsibility. Something that these white liberals will never tell you. All they teach you how to be as a victim and blame it on other people, right? And a lot of these white liberals ain't no good too. You white liberals, I'm calling every last one of you out. You are the problem why the black community exists the way it does today, because you never told them the truth and you are a coward. That's what makes you a coward. White liberals, I'm coming after you as well. You, look at you. Look at what's happening right now. We had generational poverty thanks to you, right? Look at this. Generational despair thanks to you, right? Generational victimhood because of you. Right? This is the stuff that these white liberals, right, have created, and this is why a lot of the so-called black community ain't no good right now. Right? They ain't got no faith. You think look at what's going on now. They have been sold on the lies coming from the left. Makes a lot of sense. You can't tell them the truth. Ku Klux Klan, that and all the rest of the stuff that is coming from the left, Dixiecrat, Democrats, look at them. And they still stand on the Democratic slave plantation. And you know what's worse? Chris Rock said it. Your most racist out of black people, thank you for the likes, are old senior citizen black folks are the most racist. Senior citizen black folks hate a lot of young black folks. They hate almost everybody, but especially, right? They would rather stay on that Democratic slave plantation forever. You better get right with God. Oh my God. They you know, this is the type of nonsense that these old Negroes, they still are dealing with this. They believe that the Democratic Party is going to deliver them. You had Obama. 8 years we had Obama. Name me a policy that Obama created and did that helped the so-called black people that he claimed he's a part of. Name it. Name it. Name it. And they can't. They just keep moving the goalposts. Look at them. They'll keep moving the goalposts. See? Because they don't have an answer. I called them out. That's why you don't deserve to debate with me up here on the stage. Because you're like little children. You don't deserve this. That's why I keep this up here, because I want the people to see this. This is more important than looking at me right now. It's what I got posted up here. I'm going to post some other stuff. Big Mike lover, yeah. Big Mike. Big Michael Obama. Big Mike and Obama, right? That's what they care about. They are in love with a fantasy of this man can't stand black folk. And they still think that Obama, he ain't did one damn thing for black folk in 8 years. They always making excuses for Obama. Obama got a bigger problem he got to worry about. More and more evidence. And the presidential thing is not going to protect him. Many of them are fooled to think that because he got immunity of a president when he's been doing treason, that don't give you immunity. Immunity as a president give you certain type of privileges. But when you commit treason against the American people, that's not, they're not protected under that. Obama, like I keep trying to tell you, man, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to put that picture of Obama back up here too, with him in the silver bracelets, because it's coming to fruition. He's going to probably, how many of y'all think that, I'm talking about people on the right, do you think Obama is going to go to some type of country where he can't be expedited? How many people think Obama is going to run? Put a 1 down if you think Obama is going to run. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to run. I'm going to start it off, put a 1 down myself. I'm going to put a 1 down in there. I think he's going to run. I think Obama is going to run. I'm going to put a 1 down in there. How many of y'all think Obama is going to run? I believe wholeheartedly that Obama is going to run like the coward he really is. It's pretty much like these people on the left that support him are cowards too. Right? Look at this. All the evidence is coming out on Obama, man. What you talking about? No evidence, man, of treason. Bullshit. It's still going on, fool. Look around, fool. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. Boy, they are so hurt. And I love giving it to them. The best part of me is trolling the trolls. The best part of waking up is trolling the trolls, you know? Run back to Kenya, right? Raised in Indonesia. Then came to Hawaii. Right? Look at it. Oh, my goodness, boy. It ain't Affordable Care Act, because if you couldn't afford it, you were hit with $400, man. And I never had Obamacare because I couldn't afford it. Most Americans couldn't. And he gave himself an incentive. Is that Denise in the house? Oh, yeah, Denise Farmer. Boy, I got to give a shout out. Oops, sorry, that's the wrong one. Denise, hold on for a minute. I see you, though. Look at it. They got Denise in the house. That's for Denise right there, you know, for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? And I got some for the guys too, I got Black Guy 9 in the house. There you go. Yep, for the men and all the other patriots as well too. All the other patriots as well. Yep. I appreciate you guys for coming in. Yep, Denise Farmer, I appreciate you. I almost didn't see you. Yep. You must have been in or just got in, but I just saw you, That's what I say, though, man. It's like these people that come in here, right, and they're just victims. Look at the district that the Democrats and a lot of their politicians, look at AOC's district, trash. Look at their districts, man. And look at, we got, Sri Tandadar, that wig wearing, toupee wearing, fried, bad hair, bad skin and everything. They done made that guy. The guy from India, man, should never be in politics. That's why we got to change the laws on that. Get rid of the dual citizenship and get these clowns out of here. We got to get him out. Sri Trinidad. Got to get his behind out. We got to get, what's her name? Rashida Tlaib. Ilhan Umar. We got to get these people out, man. We don't need any of these people in here, man. We're going to get them out of there, though. These just straight garbage. 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 Right? Garbage. That's what we got to do. We're going to get them out, man. Ilhan Umar is on the verge of being deported. And I'm going to be happy. You know I'm going to be doing a live stream. Oh, my goodness, man. When we get Ilhan Umar out of here, Taliba Rashid, AOC. You know, AOC was probably born here, though, but we need to get her out of office, though. All of them low IQ, right? Shit, I can do that job better than them. I can do that, but it ain't take no damn super mind to be no damn politician. You got to be a good actor, though. You got to be charismatic, and neither of them are. They are like the worst, right? Oh, my goodness. Boy, I tell you, garbage, 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 right? So like I said, I love kicking these liberals in their ass, and I'm going to go harder and harder. Boy, spirit of Malcolm in me, boy. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. Yeah. We got Sharon in the house. Dombrowski, what's going on with you, Sharon? I didn't see you there. Hold on for a minute. Got a little something there for Sharon. Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Sweet Pea. You too, Denise. That's what's up. Boy, we got Black Guy 9. I tell you, Tampon Tim has got to go. His days are numbered, too. Tampon Tim, balls to the walls, Tim has to go. That's exactly what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Jackie says that Donald is more than a president. He's our savior. So I have to agree. Trump has put his life on the line for this country, right? That's the thing about it. And the majority of the people that rock with Trump, absolutely. It's Trump. Trump is the man, right? It's exactly what it is. It's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. All the wonderful things that what Trump is doing, right? Saving this country, right? Now the Strait of Hormuz has opened back up without no threat, no landmine. No mines in the you already know. The mines and stuff that they have over there in the sea, those have been shrunk down below, man. It's safe passage right now. No fear. Trump has kicked Iran's ass. And wait until the weekend is over with, though, man. Now that it's been declared, there's no more fear right now. No more fear. That means the gas prices are going to go down. It went up for a little bit. I'm not admitting otherwise. They act like it's going to stay up. They be thinking like they got some. See, they always want to try to get you in a got you moment. You're going to look real foolish when those gas prices go down, man. How much you want to bet that those gas prices go down, right? Then come back in this room and talk to me, right? That's the thing about it. The gas and oil and all the rest of the stuff, Trump has been doing a wonderful job, you know what I'm saying? Taking care of things as a real man supposed to. Because we know that the liberal Democrat men can't do it. They're like pussies. They got something between their legs, and it ain't no manhood at all. You don't even need to call yourself a man, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Boy, I tell you. But at any event, this is why we have crushed Iran. They are submitting defeat. They are admitting defeat. Thank you for the likes. And real people know it. The fake news may not admit it, but we know this. They have admitted defeat. They don't have anything left. Joe Mama, boy, you better check the news. The Strait has closed. Okay, if you said Straits, okay, it will come down to it again. Okay, well, Joe Mama, I appreciate it. Joe Mama is my facts man, But at any event, yeah, yo, stupid. Ricky, you stupid. Joe Mama, man, welcome. Not y'all mama, but Joe Mama. Joe Mama, boy, I had to call Joe Mama out, boy. Joe Mama is out here, boy. Joe Mama, hold on for a minute. Boy, with Joe Mama, where you been at, man? I've been on my morning thing, on my afternoon thing, talking about Joe Mama. Not y'all mama, but Joe Mama. Yep. Yeah, Joe Mama been rocking with me since the beginning, though, I appreciate it. So you said it's closed. So I know the straits are going to open back up soon enough, though, But right now, I mean, whether it's closed or open, man, I mean, we do know this. A lot of the ships from other countries in the world is going over there to the Gulf of America, over there in Texas. That I do know. You know what I'm saying? Iran is in control in your dreams. Iran ain't running shit. The people, like I said, and this is a shout out to the Iranian people. They've been over there celebrating Trump, saying thank you, Mr. Trump. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, the IRGC ain't running nothing. They don't have anybody damn near left. Boy, I tell you, this is the thing though. Yeah, fake news is gonna still prop them up, but we know otherwise. There ain't no leadership no more. It's been demolished. It's been toppled. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? Now that I do know. Ah, man. Don't you love it? Whether the strait is open or closed, we still running it, right? Trump closed it. If anybody closed the strait, it's Trump. That we do know. If they open the strait, it be because of Trump, right? Either way, Trump, right? Once again, the victor goes to Trump and the Americans and MAGA, right? That's what we do know, right? There we go. How about that, right? Trump, right? There we go. Oh, man, I love it when the plan works out. Ooh, man. Let me see here. Mike says the Iranians have been depending on the Democrats to choose them over the United States and their military, and they haven't disappointed yet. Let me see here. And to see that the Democrat Party rooted against their own country and military, just hoping it would help them regain power. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it, man. And see, that's the thing. When you really know that stuff, the Iranians have been depending on the Democrats. Yeah, they have been. Under Obama, right? It's going to keep it real. Let's put it to the president that backed Trump. Now, Marco, I'm gonna give you a warning, man. If you spam one more time, fuck Trump, you know what's gonna happen, because I got mods in here now today. Oh, he just did it again. Hey, any of you out there that's mods right now, you want to go ahead and take care of that for me? Oh, he did it the fourth time. Go ahead and take care of that for me, please. Yep, let's go ahead and show him that, because spamming is not allowed. Oh, he did it again. Where my mods at? Where my mods at? Hey, mods, where you at? Where my mods at? Hello? Hey, mods, where my mods at? Uh-oh, where my mods at? Okay. All right, hold on for one moment. Now, I'm just going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they may have walked away from somewhere. They may be doing something. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, though. I'm going to have a special meeting with my mods, too, and things, though, too. We're going to have a special meeting. I'm going to do a special meeting. Okay, that's cool. It's all good. Not about this type of stuff, but you guys going to have first access to the things that I'm going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And things, though, because once I get that, whether it's going to be Discord or whatever it is, I got the membership thing going and all this other stuff, got the merch and everything. It's a beautiful thing. I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it either, though. I think, Black Guy 9 took care of it already. Yeah, I don't see it either. Did he? Yeah, I think he already took care of it. Yeah. One thing we cannot allow, and we just can't allow spamming at all, because it's not fair to people that want to really really comment. If he's always spamming all the time and he's just going to keep doing it, he may come back in as another name and try to spam again. But no problem at all. I know, I've been a mod myself. Sometimes I may walk away, watch another channel. I'm not strict like that. Like you know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. I just don't like the spamming, though, But other than that, though, I got to make myself a mod, too, on my other name. So I can come in here and do it. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. Because a lot of y'all were doing y'all thing Friday night, which I get it. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? So some of them get in here and they kind of accustomed to having free reign, spamming and all this other stuff. But I'm going to make myself a mod and go ahead and take care of that, too. Just in case if y'all not around. That's cool. Right. Yep. Let me see here. Mike says, pay attention to every comment by the left. And all it is name calling. It sure is. I've been noticed that though, Mike. You know what I'm saying? I think some of you mods have the ability to slow the chat room down if it starts to pick up a lot of traction. Today it's looking pretty cool. But those other days when people get in the room, but I may miss something. But you're right though, Mike. They always come in here name calling people out their name and so forth. Yep. Tell me now, it's the Dems' fault for being involved in another foreign conflict? Well, the Dems started it. Like we said, the Dems have already started it. This stuff started with Obama weaponizing Iran, right? This is the big conflict right now. 47 years, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, though, when it came down to the uranium, right? Who was teaching them how to enrich that? How did that uranium get into Iran? How did all that money that Obama sent over there to Iran, the Muslim Brotherhood, by him doing all this stuff and also trying to oust a duly sitting president, thank you for the likes, have also came under Obama. Obama ain't shit but a treasonous bastard that needs to be under what we call the military tribunal courts is what's going to happen, because the presidential immunity is not going to protect him. That I do know, right? It's not going to protect him. Many of y'all think it is, but he's not. He's one of the reasons. Him, Clapper, Comey, Rice, right? These people, right, that created the whole Russia hoax. They even already acquitted Trump. Trump has been exonerated from this stuff. That's the thing about it. But who created that stuff? Who kept with the second scenario? Pencil neck shifty shift. They just kept pushing the Russia hoax. It's a hoax. It doesn't have no type of relevancy whatsoever. And you mean to sit up here and tell me that that was real? That Trump was collusion with Russia? And all this time, it was Obama and his merry men. And all of them deserves military tribunal court for waging treason against the American people. This is exactly what he did. We calling out the ish that Obama did, right? Mike says, then you have people who don't even live in this country, probably terrorists themselves, and criticize the United States in chat. But you're right, though. That's exactly what it is. They don't even live in this country. Some of these people that's on here right now, they don't live over here. You got bots and other types of people. You got people that's out of, these African nations and stuff like that, like Nigeria, India. There's a few others, though. They don't rock with America like that. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you. But, yeah, so that's the thing about it. Let me see here. We already do this. It's absolutely more bullshit. We have to register the ID vote and an ID. You got to vote. You got to a voting station, your ID, even obtain by absentee ballot. Just more Washington bullshit. But here's the thing about it, though. Remember, there were states that don't even hear this. We always have had it. But what were they doing in these other Democrat blue states? They were just allowing these people to vote without no type of restrictions, right? They had that damn Dominion machine going on in talking about 2020. You know, they had it where they had, people from other countries to go in there and hack that Dominion thing, though, to flip the votes. That's what they do. That's why they want to keep those Dominion machines there. In these blue states like California and all the rest, man. Yeah, it's really sad and bad. That's why I'm keeping this up here. You guys know what I look like. But what I'm saying is, this right here is important. Because the American Save Act, or the Safeguard, right? Safeguarding America's future. They've been stealing our votes. Look at it. They've been taking it. This stuff right here, man, you know, boy, I tell you. And Obama, and then so for some of the people that don't even believe what Obama has done, the evidence is coming out faster and faster and faster. Like I said, Obama's going to run. He's going to run, and he ain't going to escape. but he will run. Those silver bracelets that you see me put those photos up, that was an AI generated photo by yours truly, President Donald J. Trump, right? Because he knows what's going on. Thank you for the likes. They created the Russia hoax in the first place to denounce a duly sitting president, which was Donald J. Trump. Thank you for the likes. Right? Because if they weren't so worried about it, they went against the will of the American people. They did. Went against the will of the American people. The American people, right, voted for Trump. There's no way in the world that Biden should have had all those votes right there. The guy ain't there short of a six-pack himself, man. He got deteriorating health issues going on, let alone dementia and all this other kind of stuff. Early warnings of that was what I think, my opinion, right? This is the reason why they didn't want to do any type of scans and tests or any type of medical exam. Trump did it several times. They couldn't do it with Biden one time, right? Yeah, you could thumb it down, but again, you know it's the truth. You can't defend against that. You don't like it. That's why you have to thumb it down. And by the way, when you thumb it down, it still help my algorithm. Why you think I'm gonna sit up here crash out because you may not like a topic that I'm talking about? It still helps my algorithm. I've said it several times. This is one of the have you guys noticed on the left that I let these clowns talk to a point? They act like I'm over here blocking everybody, and that's not true at all. You help my algorithm because it's still called engagement conversation. Huh? You see what I'm saying? That's one of the main reasons. You ain't thought that out through, huh? But getting back on American Save Act, right? This is exactly what is going on. It will get passed, right? And we're going to have it set up. And we see insurgencies coming from the left. These insurgencies, because they do not like what Trump have set up. He's over here healing America, and they want to stop President Trump. Boy, I tell you, man. Now, let's go ahead. And we know, thank you for the lights. They want to stop this man, right? What did this man really do? Where's this stuff that they've said? What did Trump really do other than saving America? The Dems can't answer that. They just would talk about fake news stuff, right? But in actuality, what did Trump really do that was so wrong? That's the question. What did he do? When I asked him in the room, what did Trump do? Let's talk about it. What did Trump do that was so wrong? Come on now. I'm asking the question. What did Trump do? Right? No, I'm asking, what did Trump do? What did Trump do that deserved to be ousted as a duly elected president? What did Trump do? We already know what Obama and them tried to do. The impeachments for what? What did he do? What did he do to deserve to be impeached? I would like to know. This is the question that I'm asking right now. What did he do? That's the question. What did Trump do? We already know what Obama did. I could sit up here and tell you what Obama did. What did he do? I'm asking a question. Don't come with conspiracies. You should be able to tell me, just like I can tell you about what Obama did. And this is factual information. What did Trump do to deserve to be impeached? What did Trump do? He never set no mandates up. The mandates came from Obama as well as Joe Biden. What did Trump do that deserves to be impeached? What did he do? Sharon says nothing. Exactly. Thank you, Sharon. Since they won't answer it, right? And this is what I'm saying with them on the left. They want to have selected type. Thank you for the likes. You see how easy that was? They want to have these change the goalposts and answer a question with a question. What did I ask? I said, what did Trump do? You should be able to answer that. Give me a list of things that Trump have did, and I can give you a list of things of what Obama did that is in black and white. It's solid against the American people, right? That's exactly what it is. I'm asking a question. What did Trump do that deserved him being impeached? Right? That's the question. Yeah, Adam Shifty Schiff said he had evidence on Trump with the Russian guarantee. But like what Mike said, he never produced it because it never exists, or he lied and kept it going, kept it getting reelected, right? Because we know that Adam Shifty Schiff have claimed a lot of stuff. But I'm asking these people here in this room, what did Trump do to deserve to be impeached? 36 count felon? What did he do? Why is Fonnie Willis and Big Mama Letitia James and Comey and all the rest of them? Why are they up against the wall? Their asses up against the wall, right? We can tell you what Big Mama Letitia James did, Fonnie Willis, right? What did Trump do? That's the question. What did Trump do to deserve to be impeached? Simple question. But like you know what I'm saying, Angie, yeah, I was gonna say Denise, no, Sharon said it already, nothing. But they still want to go on and move this goalpost stuff. They want to keep him tied up in court cases, right? So he couldn't get anything done. Yeah, that's what they've been trying to do. They've been trying to slow it down. That's why lawfare was created, right? Because they were going to walk this thing all the way down to the midterms. We know the sneaky tricks of what they were trying to do. But when you ask these Dems a simple question, this is the same thing that Caitlin Bennett would have asked. You know, many of you know her out of Florida, beautiful blonde and things. She's out there in the field for real with the microphone in these people's face. They the ones crashing out over a woman, want to attack a woman. Ain't that something? Pussies that they are, man, knowing that they ain't even about that life. You know, can't answer a basic, simple question. Lawfare, right? And all this other stuff that they had to use on Trump. The question I would ask is, okay, Adam Shifty Schiff, you claim that you had evidence on Trump. You know, it was basically it was a slam dunk. But once again, Adam Shifty Schiff produced a nothing burger. It's nothing there. Because if it was there, he would have been impeached and he should have been in prison. Now, come on, left. You know damn well, how can you lock a person up? You got to have evidence, the last I checked. Don't talk about the speculation stuff. Where is the evidence that substantiate what he has done to be impeached? Produce it. That's what we're saying. The Epstein thing, stop talking about it, produce it. Show that he was with these girls, underage girls. Same thing I say with that. Produce it. If you can't produce it, you need to shut up. Produce the evidence. That's all we want. Nobody wants to back a pedo, but if you can't produce it, need not to go any further. Right? Mr. Broski, says, what's it, Bolski? Bolski says, I watched 100% of both impeachment. Schiff was telling the news that they have all how these where's my glasses? I'm trying to do this, make this easier. Okay, here it is. I watched 100% of both impeachments. Schiff was telling the news they have all these bombshells, right? While in reality, it was a dud after a dud, while they only aired their television highlights of Democrat drama, acting. You're absolutely correct, Mr. Bolski. You're absolutely correct. This is exactly what it is. They have nothing. Mike says the Democrats have no comment without name calling. That's why they haven't heard from any in a while. Yeah, they don't have nothing against this. They come in here name calling all the time, man. All the time. When I nail them down to a question, right? No crashing out. I asked a simple question. I ain't screaming to asking the question, but I asked the simplest question. If Trump was guilty of anything, let us see the evidence, right? Right? That's the thing about it. Let's see the evidence. You got to have evidence before you just accuse somebody. That's what we call a civilized nation. When have we ever just started condemning someone without the evidence? And that's what they did. That's what Big Mama Letitia James, Fonnie Willis, and all the rest of them, Pencil Neck Adam Shifty Shift, that's what they tried to do. Exactly. You could thumb it down, but you didn't answer my question, see? That's the thing, see? You didn't even answer a question. You're not allowed, once again, not allowed to crash out. You're not allowed to ask the question with a question or move the goalposts. You're not allowed to do that. Now, I'm taking every weapon that you try to use. You're not going to use it in this room. We're going to keep you on point. Let me see here. Trump vote by mail. Wooty. Somebody named Wooty. All right. Mike says, so what if you voted by mail? Okay. I know in certain circumstances, in mail, right, it says in person, no mass mail-ins, right? Absentee for military. They'll put some stipulations in here. Thank you for the like. But it's not like everybody is doing it. I mean, that's why I keep this up, because I want people to read here what's going on here. It's not in being misinterpreted. It's exactly what it is, I want to put this up, right? Because we wasn't going through all this stuff years ago. Not like this. It's gotten this bad now. It's gotten really bad because the Democrats, remember, we know this, they don't want any of this. They want to continue with the mail-in ballots. They don't want the voter ID. They don't want the IDs to be checked. They just want the way it is, like Illinois, New York, California. They just want it set up where these people can just go in here and vote. And those are just a few big cities. You know yourself, Illinois never have had to follow voter ID at all. They got more illegals in a little bit. Isn't that a sanctuary city? It used to be. They just go in there and vote. No city is sanctuary, though. It's all part of the United States. But they're the ones that's breaking away from the United States, right? Trying to, and doing an awful job of doing it. Scoot on the Rez, says, thankfully, we have been doing it just this for decades here in Oklahoma. So yeah, Oklahoma, I got a friend of mine from Wewoka. You know where Wewoka is? It's like 100 miles away from Oklahoma City, which I've been there before. Yeah, a lot of natives, neighborhoods in Oklahoma, a lot of them, right? Mike says Democrats can't even tell us who the leader of their party is. They don't. Yeah, they really can't, Mike. It's true. They can't. And Woody, you saying that you saying that we're just paranoid? Mass voter fraud is a myth. Yeah, that's why I can tell, Woody. First of all, we know that's not your real name. You don't even have an avatar up. I don't even know why I'm even addressing you, man. You know what I'm saying? Typical houseboy. Nobody says houseboy. We know what the real term is, though. Are you from America, or are you white or whatever? Not that it matters, But see, this is the type of stuff here. He couldn't answer my question about Trump. Woody, you have already lost, sir. You can't even answer the question. You don't get to ask other questions and talk about other things. I'm going to keep your feet to the flame of what was my question again? And I should have put that up here originally, right? Question once again, for Woody being slow, give me concrete evidence about Trump why was he impeached? Why were they trying to indict him? Why were they trying to go after him and his family and so forth, right? Why was it the 34 phony felony counts that they tried to do, right? This is the question, man. You got to give me something, right? You just can't get up here and just throw accusations out without having evidence and proof. However, I can sit up here and talk about Obama, which it would be very easy. There was evidence that he sent bootloot amount of millions and millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about triple digits. If I'm correct, it may be about $450 million or so that went into where? Iran. Just like with the uranium, right? And all the rest of this stuff. Obama, right? The Muslim Brotherhood Alliance. This is why we got a lot of Muslims over here right now. And a lot of things I can easily sit up here and say about Obama. Facts, right? But with Trump, I'm asking a question on them on their side again. Oh man. What did Trump do in order for him to be what we call impeached? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're right. They never can. You're right about that. Okay, aim first news. Yeah, they can never tell us. They make themselves look, thank you for the likes, more foolish than ever before. Mike says there is a reason why Democrats don't want IDs shown, thank you for the likes, at the voting polls, and why they left the border open for 4 years for more for everyone and anyone to enter. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. That's exactly what they did. I should have been posting this. Sorry, y'all. I should have been posting this earlier. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they still start yelling insults. Yeah, they're always going to do that. I'm so used to the insults, it doesn't even bother me. I just don't like the spamming. And we try to keep it somewhat in order here, you know. Mike says, even the felons, right? Let me read before that. Scott says, the Democrats, let me put this right here. Okay. I don't want to miss anything. The Democrats have dirt on Thune and many others. Yeah, that's what I say. Thune and a lot of these other people. Yeah, they got dirt on them. You know what that is? And it's a lot of other things that have gone on. We already know what the Epstein Island was truly about. It was designed to control politicians, actors, and so forth, right? And anybody that was on that island, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was originally. And they got other honeypots and things like this that's going on. Let me see. I'm going to read what Mike has to say here. I'm going to read you guys' comments. Even the felons, Letitia James, put together were a joke. Right. Okay. Were a joke and just, It just something for the left to repeat over and over, which they do. Yeah. They believe a lie so much that they just keep repeating it over and over and over. You're right, Mike. Sharon says Democrats want open borders. They love open borders. Remember the Democrats back in the 90s, early 2000s? I would say the early 2000s. Remember with Hillary and them? They were all over here saying how we can't have open borders and all that. I can pull up the videos to this nonsense. They're the biggest hypocrites today because somebody nudged them and say, hey, we may have to start opening up those borders. We're losing a lot of Democrats by an alarming rate. Because if they wasn't losing their Democrat constituents, right, they would still stand on what they said originally. Originally, you go back and look at the early version, it was Obama that said it, Hillary Crooked Clinton, and many others. They were talking about what? Not having the open borders and how illegals should be basically rounded up and removed out of here, right? Even Obama was stopping them at the border and telling them to go back. Obama didn't have to send ICE agents like what Trump had to do. Obama had it easier because, thank you for the likes, he was turning them down at the border, right? Scott says, yes, sir, Scott. What are you talking about? Oh, boy. Let's see here. Scott says on the red says, I'm on the Osage. Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with the Osage. Are you really, you a true Osage? Man, I watched Killers of a Flower Moon, man. I never knew. You are Osage. That's what's up. My friend is Seminole, man. 100% Seminole. I got Cherokee bloodline from myself, the original Cherokee Nation right here, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From my, we go all the way down to my great grandmother. We go back. Cherokee. Yep. Yes, sir. But I feel you, Scott. That's what's up. I'm familiar with Osage. There's like, I even though I haven't picked up a person from this Osage, it was somebody else I picked up. It was another tribe. Thank you for the likes. They came here to Detroit to visit, and they went to the casino and all the rest of stuff. We had a great conversation, though. Man, that movie was 3.5 hours long, man. I enjoyed watching it, man. I never knew, man. I never knew. They even talked about Black Wall Street a little bit in that movie, you know, with, what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio that was in it. Was it Don Johnson in it too, I do believe? Yeah, it's been a little while since I watched it, man. What was that, 2024? Yeah, man, 3.5 hours, I tell you, man. It was a good movie, Scott. Man, that's what's up. Illegal Alien says, in caps, he was convicted 34-count felon, 47 DOJ obstructing justice. Hey, alien, am I illegal? You got illegal. I call him alien. Hey, illegal alien. Let me ask you this question, man, and you got to answer this, right? If Trump was a 34-count felon, manifest what was the charges, sir? Why was he considered a felon? Manifest what is Trump is obstructing justice. You have to manifest it. See, you can't do the copy paste stuff with fake news media, because if that was true, sir, he would be sitting behind bars now. So that blows up out the water. Once again, you pushing propaganda. I'm going to ask you politely, manifest and show us, teach us how he was a 34-count felon, right? You're not allowed to change the goalpost. You can't repeat what you just said. You have to show us. And you're not allowed to crash out, because if you do, that'll get you kicked out, right? That's what we're talking about here. Don't sit up here and tell me that it's not making any sense, Stephen. You know what I'm saying? If you can't also give us the evidence, and this is for anybody else on the rah-rah for the left. My question was very simple. I can give you everything on Obama. You know what I'm saying? The grand jury and all this stuff. If that stuff, listen, we got concrete evidence on Obama and more evidence. Thank you for the likes. You can't even do the same with Trump. It was trumped up charges, pardon the pun, President Trump, trumped up charges that illegal alien and rest of them cannot answer. It makes you look foolish, sir. You just over here putting out propaganda that you don't have no evidence. Even Adam Shifty Schiff couldn't even answer. He said, yeah, where's the evidence, Shifty Schiff? Thank you for the likes. That's why I say these guys are insane, man. They really are, man. Ooh, man, thank you for the likes. Oh, my goodness. Mr. Broski says, mass mail-in ballots used to be a concern, the easiest form of fraudulent voters to be passed, and Democrats were against it until it benefits them. Hence, all the stipulations, right, we had on them until COVID. You're absolutely correct. Let me go ahead and post that as well too. You're absolutely correct, though. You're right on it. You're right on the money, Mr. Booski. You're right on the money, man. Scott, yeah. Mike says it says mail in for a certain reason. Yeah, it's mail-in ballots. It's a stipulation with that, though. Claudia Miller, go ahead, Claudia. She said, I agree with you 100%. Thumbs up. Where's my thing at for the heart for the ladies? All right, there you go. That's Claudia right there, you know? That's it right there. I even like the name Claudia, man. I like Claudia, You know, I like Claire. I love those. Those names are sexy to me, you know. Boy, I tell you. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, thank you so much, though, Claudia. Thank you so much. Coast Side. Have you been in here before, Claudia? You look your picture. You look familiar. Coast Side. Coast Sider says, excuse me. Do you understand that free voter ID has proven to be a Democrat advantage? Well, here's the thing about it. You say free voter ID. When you say that free voter ID, what do you mean by free voter ID? Because right here, we got stipulations right here. It doesn't say anything about free, but it says here voter ID, paper ballots, proof of citizenship. It's all highlighted right here. This is about the American Save Act. You know what I'm saying? That's what we know, right? He says here Trump is a wretched, male illiterate tumor. Okay, let me say this to you. See, this is the thing about it. See what illegal alien did? He didn't answer the question because I was scrolling down here and I didn't miss anything with him. Let me just double check because I didn't miss anything. Let's see here. It just said a convicted 34-count felon, illegal alien. He did not answer my question. Therefore, he does not have the evidence. He's just over here on a crash out rant, right? Which I told you you're not allowed to do. And I said you cannot answer a question with another question. There are rules in regards to that stuff, you know. So illegal alien. I'm gonna give you one more shot, and then after that, you know what's gonna pretty much come after that. The mods, you have my permission, to go ahead and do what you do best, because like I said, I gave this guy a shot, told him what the rules are, and he did not follow the rules, so therefore he has to go bye-bye. We give him one more shot though. Mike says, I said, what's the difference? What difference does it make if he mails in his vote or not? Who are we talking about here? Are you talking about somebody in Pacific? We talking about the president? Who are you talking about, Mike, in particular? Because I've been over here reading a lot of stuff. Co-sider says Trump is a felon, not tied or tried to do it, but convicted. What you're saying doesn't even make any sense, co-side. You know what it don't make any sense. We know in the court of law, when you're convicted for something, you have to be held accountable. Now, here's the thing about it. Trump has immunity. This is what you didn't say. Trump has immunity for a lot of things. But even without the immunity, what did he do? Because Adam Shifty Schiff couldn't even produce it. Adam Shifty Schiff could not produce it. They went after this man before he even became president. If they had something on him, they would have locked him up even before he became president. Too late. You don't have nothing. Just admit it. You've been defeated. Come on now. How can you be a felon, be convicted, and not go to prison, right? How does that happen? Obama, on the other hand, right? He's been caught, right? What we already said, there's a list of things that Obama has been doing, right? Selling out this country, enriching Iran for their nuclear capability, creating the Muslim Brotherhood, right? That's what he did. That's why we got a lot of Muslims in this country now. Even Obama even said, we're not a Christian nation no more. It's going to be a Muslim nation. We got to get used to it. That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. We got more mosques over here, masjids, right, in this country, right? That's what we have. That's what we've been dealing with. That's exactly what's been going on. He's also brought in a lot of sleeper cells in this country. He's been playing us like a fool. And he thought that he could never be caught. Now you got Tulsi Gabbard presenting the evidence, giving the evidence to the grand jury. Obama looks very nervous if you look at his eyes. Eyes don't lie. Because if he didn't have anything to worry about, why he got to lawyer up? I think he's going to run, to be really honest. I said this before. He's going to run. He's going to try to run. And when he tries to run, we know we got him. We got him already. Obama his legacy is going to be a thing in the past where people won't even recognize this guy no more. For what he did to oust a duly elected president, which is Donald J. Trump. There was people, millions, that voted for Trump in 2020. Him, right? Obama, Comey, Clapper, Rice, right? And so forth. They all set up a coup against a duly elected president, once again, which is Donald J. Trump. We have all seen the evidence. Tulsi Gabbard explained exactly how the Russian inclusion hoax, how they fabricated it, how they put it together to get him out of here, try to impeach him, to get him out of here, went against the will of the American people. That's treason. You don't just take over a vote and how you feel. We voted for Trump. We wanted Trump, right? That's the thing about it. Yeah, you want to, a Pudge lover, you want to say that this is fake, but here's the thing about it. Like I asked a simple question, let's go down through it again. Give me the reason as to why Donald J. Trump received 34 count phony felons, right? Give me the reason why he was impeached. What did Trump do? What did he do? We're doing a side-by-side comparison between Trump and Obama, right? Let's talk about it, right? That's exactly what it is. Let's talk about it. Oh, yeah, we got Lou Hawk in here, Art. He said absolutely nothing. Trump did absolutely nothing. He's perfect president. Okay, Trump, the best. Yep, I'm gonna go. I remember Lou Hawk before, man. Yes, welcome back, Lou Hawk, man. You think I forgot about you? I did not. Hey guys, I want y'all to do me a favor. Go ahead and get PGH Lover. PGH Lover. Get him on out of here, because I said spamming is not allowed. We got to have some order in here. So if you don't mind, any of you that are on right now, there is a interloper by the name of PGH Lover that constantly and keeps spamming, this is AI fake. And he keeps doing it. So go ahead and get him out of here, please. I appreciate it. You guys are doing a fantastic job being a mod, you know. I appreciate it, you know. Lou Hawk says, let me see here. More, not Meyer, okay. Did I miss anything? Free vote ID results in Democrat over performance. Right. Mike says, yes, we understand. You think that this is AI fake. We got that. Yeah, he keeps just doing it, though. That's the thing about it, though. Because, see, with PG Lover and many of them, they can't answer a damn question coming from the left. That's why he's getting booted out of here, right? He's getting booted because he spam. He can't defend the simple question that I asked. Asking a simple question. No need to crash out. We're adults here. At least I think we are. Ain't no telling what we may be dealing with this guy. Lou Hawk Art says the moon was fake. Yeah, man, I was talking about that with my friend yesterday. And it does look like there's more evidence out there that says that we didn't land on the moon, man. The Apollo moon landing and so forth. Because I always notice that when a rocket ship goes up in space, it makes like a curve. It's a curvature. If it was a real thing, it's supposed to continue going straight up in space. Lou Hawk, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know, and I love space exploration, right? You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. It's not supposed to curve. Now, why does the rocket ships curve? Does anybody have an answer before that, before I say something? I know why it's curving, but I just wanted to know, do you guys know why the rocket ships always curve? Let me see here. Lou Hawk says the moonwalk was fake. Absolutely, Hollywood. Let me see here. Scott on the red says PGH touch grass and hug a puppy. I have to agree with Lou Hawk on this though, because I want y'all to be think about this, right? When you look at those rocket ships when they're launching, at a certain point up in the atmosphere, it starts to curve, right? They all curve, right? They don't go just straight up in space, right? We always see them curving, right? And I always wonder, like, why does it curve like that? Is there a reason for it? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Now, I could put this out. You heard of the Van Allen belt, right? That's the thing about it. The Van Allen belt. Oh, hold on for a minute. Oh, I don't want to miss some of these comments. Hold on for a minute. We're going to go back to that. Obama was called the deporter chief. Yeah, he was. Put that up there. Obama was deporting them at the border. He didn't have to send ICE out. He was catching them at the border, telling them to turn back around, right? Obama was appointed by Tom Homan. Yep, exactly. I know this. Mike says Democrats don't need evidence, just need repeating, and it catches on. Yeah, because we got to keep telling that lie. You got to keep on with that lie. Keep on keeping on. That's how propaganda starts to spread. Eric Bernays knew that, though, the nephew of Sigmund Freud in World War II in Nazi Germany. That's where the whole propaganda came from him, his creation, keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what went on with it. Book called Propaganda. I think it was printed in 1928. I believe it was. Yeah. You guys should read that book. It's called Propaganda. It's what they've been using, right? They use it in commercials, too. A lot of corporations use propaganda as well, too, Mike says it's a Democrat wins the midterms. They will once again spend the next 2 years impeaching Trump and the country goes nowhere. Actually, the country will go dark, But like I said, I'm still staying true. I have a lot of faith that we will win these elections. That's why they're trying to change stuff. They don't have anything on the leverage on the left. Luca 1992 says the original Cherokee, just like Herschel Walker, right? What's that? Werewolves or vampires? You don't know the history though, really. You trying to compare like apples and oranges? You know what I'm saying? You think that the Mongoloid native, you think that those are real Indians? See, the thing about it is, let me bring up something too. Why have black people's why have their what we call the classification of race has been changed so many times? Because our original classification, there were already people here. Christopher Columbus knew it. They were all here already. Everybody didn't just come out of Africa. That out of Africa really came from the Rockefellers. They the ones that created that. They pushed that lie, right? But the original landlords, right, the original native 5 civilized tribes were as dark as I am, if not darker. And it's going to keep it real, right? Let's go ahead and talk about it. I know brothers and sisters that are Choctaw, right? Cherokee, Seminole, right? Creek, right? Let's go on and talk about it, right? My grandmother told me when I was 10 years old, right, of my great-grandmother. And I know my grandmother ain't the person that is to lie. And I'm not saying that, but thank you for the likes. And I'm not saying that all black people, but I'm saying the ones that can, that know their heritage. Most of your blacks over here are of some of these tribes that we're talking about right now. That's why they had to change our classification. We went from being what? It was called Indian to American Indian, went from American Indian to black, colored. All these classifications have been changed. Why? That's another question. Why? Why, Luca? Can you answer that question? Why? Thank you for the likes. Why has black people's classification in this country have been changed? Right? Why? Did they know something, or they knew that the original landlords in this country, right? And black is not even a race. It's the absence of color, of void. It's not attached to any type of nationhood or nationality or anything. This is why black was thrown out there. It was Jesse Jackson, James Brown, I'm black and I'm proud. They pushed that narrative to get blacks to accept being called black. That's why I always use the term so-called black, because we're not black. Black is not even a race. It's not associated or attached to nothing. It's been designed to create, so therefore it keeps you away from your sovereignty. It keeps you away from your original bloodline, and which is to this nation right here. This is the greatest story that never been told. There's a brother that's on here. His name is Dane Calloway. Thank you for the likes. You guys should check out Dane Calloway. He has awesome research on this stuff. Dane Calloway, check him out. Dane, D-A-N-E, Dane Calloway. He's up there. He got a lot of stuff, does lies. Man, I learned a lot of stuff from that brother. But he's telling the truth, right? That's the thing about it, though. And it's even, let's say, thank you for the lights. There's a lot of lies that about a slave ship, because we never saw the actual slave ship. There was always cartoon drawings and pictures. Thank you for the likes. And some of you guys know this stuff. The whole out of Africa came from the Rockefellers. Facts. That's the thing about it. I don't want to get too far off topic. Mike says it's a Democrat wins the oh yeah, I read that. Yeah. Let me see here. What's that? JS Adventure says Obama the OG said turd. Yeah, turd. I call him turd. Yeah. Now let me see here. All right, let's see here. I read that. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Busky says there were also 56 civilian casualties under Obama. Yep. Obama did a lot of things, man. We was in a 20-year war, right? Afghanistan, right? Let me see here. Clinton saying marriage is between man and a woman. Absolutely, it's between a marriage, right? But Obama set up the same-sex marriages. He weaponized the LGBTQ community and things. They never had to be weaponized. The LGBTQ already had their own community. You know what I'm saying? They were protection for what? Because it wasn't like none of us was attacking them. You know what I'm saying? We don't mess around. We don't mess with people that want to be with same people. That's the thing about being America. I may not have to like their viewpoints, but where was a MAGA? Nobody over here attacking these people. Everything wasn't the case. Let me see. The Algonquin umbrella of the indigenous nation. Know who the real illegals. Know who the real legals are. Yeah, know who the original illegals are. Yeah, and yeah, Lou and Mike says during the 4 years of Biden there was no borders. Yeah, because we already know they had a catch and release under Joe Biden. Catch and release, right? Dude, use the restroom real quick, y'all. Give me one moment here. I'm gonna use the restroom. Just one moment. Should I put up my entertainment thing over here? I'm just going to use the restroom. Just give me one moment, guys. Yeah, I'm going to put up my little entertainment thing here. In fact, should I do that? Yeah, I can do that. Let me put that up here. Just give me one moment. No, I'm going to put that up here. Which one is it? I always get mixed up which one it is. Okay, this is the main movie one here. Should show me some stuff here. Hold on for a minute. Let me go ahead and put this up here. You know what? That's okay. I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick. Just one moment. All right, guys, I am back. All right. So yeah. So other than that though, yeah, we over here talking about some stuff here. For years, fraud. Democrats haven't had a real primary election since 2008. Blah blah. Let it sink in. Yeah, you're telling a lot of truth there. You know. Yeah, they haven't had a real election. You know what I'm saying? And that would be around the time of Obama. Yep, and you're correct. That is correct, right? Lou Hawk says all indigenous nations of the North America know for a fact who these pilgrims are. I mean, yeah, are illegals. Yep. Okay. Yep. I definitely understand that. You know. Colonial. Okay. Yeah, okay. We got Colonel Kerry says perfect plan. I won't donate another dime until they pass the SAVE Act. I know, right? And we got to put pressure. We have to put pressure on these politicians, man. We have to start calling them up every day. And we know why, though. Colonel Kerry, we know why, man. Because if we, okay, if that goes through, they know they're going to be impeached. They're effed either way. They're hit anyway. Either way, they're hit. So what they're going to try to do is drag this out. Hopefully, they're hoping that it never get passed. Because people like Mitch McConnell, Thune, and all the rest of them, they've been in here for eons on the right. These are rhinos in the truest sense. They ain't never been about the real thing. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me see here. I can tell you every single count. I can answer it. Well, go right ahead, Chris. You can go right ahead and do it if you want. That's cool. Dead Premise says, does everyone understand what Nick Shirley is doing in California and Minnesota? That's a good question. I mean, I know what he's doing. He's been exposing fraud. He really has. He's been over here going out there doing the work. He actually been here in Dearborn. He's been here too. That was the latest and stuff like that with this Sharia law stuff. Dearborn has already been taken over, man, with a lot of these Muslims, Palestinians too, over here in Dearborn, man. Really, you know. Lucas says since 1980, there has been less than 300 fraudulent voters. This act is to make it more, difficult for the left to vote. MAGA knows they can't keep getting away with their fantastic BS. Yeah, man, that's the thing about it, though, man. We already know, right, that, yeah, there's a lot of fraudulent voters, right? But more so now than ever under the Biden administration. See, when we had Obama, you know, when he was in office, he was turning people back. There were people that were being rounded up. You know what I'm saying? So I have to come in there a little bit to kind of say what's really been going on is biting, right? Biden allowed a lot. There was no borders up. It was catch and release. It's not hard to answer it. Go right ahead, Chris Blank. You go right ahead. You can answer it. Go right ahead. Let's see here. Witch hunt. Russia. Absolutely, it's a witch hunt. They know it. Pencil neck Adam Shifty Shift even know he can't produce evidence. No evidence go both ways, clown. Yeah, it's only one side. They can't produce it. Nick is a hero. Absolutely, he's a hero. Nick Shirley is a hero. Nick Soros and all, I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? These guys are out here in the field, you know what I'm saying, which I have great respect. They have, you know, they're out here in the field and everything. Mike says, name calling again by the left. Yeah, that's exactly what they do, man. Where is the proof against Obama? What you mean, where's the proof? You have Tulsi Gabbard that's been giving her statements, right? And of the evidence that they have found and compiled. This has been ongoing. This has been given to the grand jury. Impala, I'm not trying to be smart with you, man, but you keep saying, well, where's the proof against Obama? Are you kidding me? I can you notice I didn't say one time alleged. That means because Tulsi came out, Tulsi Gabbard. She already, thank you for the light. She already came out with the evidence, sir. There's compelling evidence against Obama. Yeah, if you looked at it, even in his eyes, he looked worried, of great concern, and he should be, for what he did against America in this country. We talking about, we can't even just talk about Russia. There was a lot of things that he did. We have concrete evidence of what this man has done against the American people. And that's why Tulsi Gabbard is a wonderful person, because she's been given the information constantly and consistently. Because with a lie, you got to remember a lie, but the truth, you don't have to all you got to do is just speak the truth. Right? Chris says, I can tell them all that. Go right ahead, Chris. You got the floor. I mean not the floor, but you can type it in here. But I'm not doing any invite ups right now, though. Plus, I got to go in a few minutes. I got to get back to work. Mike Obama eats babies. Mike Obama. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, this is coming from Sammy Lou. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All I know is that, and when that evidence come out, and I'm waiting for it, but I'm only talking about stuff that we know right now, right? The stuff that Tulsi Gabbard was saying about Obama. This ain't speculation. This is not made up. These are the factual things that they have found evidence on, right? Honda 1K says, yo. Honda, boy, you got Honda in the house. I used to own some Hondas, though, too, man. It's a good name. Yep. Let me see it. Dead Premise says, how about hosting over 8 different people on addressing the things that they don't, addressing that they don't live at that vote. Okay, how about hosting 8 different people, on a address? Yeah, that's the thing about it, though. Hosting 8 people, right, on addresses that they don't live. Exactly. Nick Shirley I believe he brought that out. One of them brought that out, and that's what they've been doing. Dead people that are non-existent. They could even live at the house, and they'll say that they'll get more than one vote. How is it and why is it that they're being allowed to do this? This is what our whole voting electoral system has been fractured and shattered for what the Dems have been doing. This is why there's no reason in the world that Joe Biden should have been the president. No way at all. No way at all. Chris Blake says, I can tell you what the charges were for. What was the charges? You mean for Trump? Go ahead. You can type it in there. I would like to know. Dead Premise says, I'll be happy if Nick exposed both parties that are running our country. Right now, look at it. The MAGA gave, you got to keep in mind, when Nick Shirley went viral with what his findings were over there in Minneapolis, right? It was the MAGA that gave him that exposure, right? They gave him, I mean, even from the president, right? So I don't know about this being from both parties, though. Right now, we're dealing with one right now, and that is coming from the left. Mr. Brewski says, I'm a CPA, and I can tell you the 34 counts were 34 checks written to his lawyer, right? Written off as a legal fees. Never in history has it not been considered a legal fee per tax code until Trump. And I knew this has had to be, and I'm glad you in here, man, because I said I needed a CPA, man. I know one that's MAGA too, and maybe I'm going to have him on. He ain't got to show himself, but I want to have him on, man. But you mean to tell me, so let me ask you this, Mr. Brewski. You mean to tell, thank you for the likes, you mean to tell me that they tried to sentence this man for writing checks, it says checks written to his lawyer, writing off a legal fee? You mean to tell me they tried to prosecute this man for that? Which, in fact, am I right or am I wrong, Mr. Brewski? Would every businessman does this? Yes or no? Because, like I said, they are the biggest dummies ever if they have tried to prosecute this man innocently. Thank you for the likes. It said, Chad says, verify inability to be at the poll place. What does that actually mean? LOL. Trump used a mail-in ballot. So should you. You know? What? I mean, like I said, we still on this. This ain't about Trump and mail-in ballots. This is about protecting. We already know that Trump fighting for us. Shit, I ain't got no problem with Trump doing a mail-in ballot, and I'm sure a lot of people here for what this man been under. Shoot, Matt, this man is so busy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you trying to say, well, everybody got to do it. Trump got to do it. He's a president, man. There's a lot of things. Let him stick to being the president and do president things. That's what we're talking about, you know. Let me see here. America first. Greg put down here. America first. Love it. Boy, I tell you, man. America first. Well, Dan Clement says, did anyone see that leak to Benny Johnson about how illegal Guatemalans got in for sex offender paperwork for the TSA? No, I did not. Nope, I didn't. I did not hear that, though. You know, I'm going to have to investigate on that, though. I got to investigate on that because there's a lot of things circulating out there. And I never get got again, you know. I got to research on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because if I say something that's wrong, I know that Joe Mama got my back, boy. Joe Mama is like E.F. Hutton, man. Joe Mama, you know, not Joe Mama, but Joe Mama. American rules, is what Greg says. America, or American rules. Trump and Obama were eating babies on Epstein Island together. Come on, Sam, now, man. Come on, man. Come on now. I know you don't like either or, man, but you got to give me something, man. You got to give me something. Chris says the charges were around the $130,000 payments for his lawyer and the falsification of how this being presented in the ledger records. But let me ask you this. What's the name? Who is this? A CPA. I'm waiting for his response. Mr. Brewski. He's a CPA himself, and right now he holds a lot more credibility. So I'm waiting on Mr. Brewski. Let me see here. He says, Sam, you are clearly didn't read where Epstein told Freeman Trump was never been on the island. Hey, Mr. Brewski, like Mr. Brewski said, there's nothing that Trump did with the signing that information, right, Chris, that would cause this situation for him being the 34 count felon and all this other stuff. And I would assume, and maybe Mr. Brewski, he said he's a CPA, and maybe I could be wrong. But I'm sure that Trump is not the only one to have done this. Right? I'm sure of that, right? That's the thing about it. So at any event, guys, Skynet is coming, Judgment Day upon us. Boy, and I love Terminator, dun 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 dun, AI and stuff, where the artificial intelligence of going live, cybernet is online. That AI is online though. It's already, you know what I'm saying? Dun dun dun. Trump is our John Connor, That's the thing about it. He must be protected at all costs, to be able to stop the machine, That's the thing, though, man. This machine, overtaken by cybernetic organisms, right? Designed to overtake American people. Who would emerge? Who would be victorious? The American people and Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it, though, man. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Boy, I just love Terminator. Yeah, boy, I tell you, James Cameron's Terminator, man. Boy, I tell you, dun 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 dun. Boy, I tell you, I'm sci-fi all the way, man. Dun 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 dun. Boy, I tell you, boy, that's the thing about it. If I could get away with the music. Boy, I tell you. Let me see here. Paula says Trump was convicted on all counts of 34. You keep just repeating the same thing, but you can't even tell me, right? You can't even tell me. And it just blows what you keep saying, Impala. You keep saying the same thing, but if that was true, he should be in prison. Don't you agree with that? He should be locked up. He should be locked up, right? Stop going on about Obama, dude. That would, man, talk about listen, Obama done a lot of wrong. I'm talking about serious wrong. We're talking about, right, Russia, to name a few things, right? Talking about defunding the military, waging war, levying war against the American people, with the enemies of America, right? That's what he's been doing. Also, right, talking about Obama, right? What about that $450 million that was sent over there to Iran on a Boeing jet, right? Nothing but cash pallets in there, right? Let's talk about that. That is evidence, my friend. Also, what? The uranium. Who taught the Iranians how to enrich uranium, right? So they can be able to produce a warhead, right? Let's talk about it, right? You talk about you lie. You know you don't have nothing against Obama the way I said I didn't lie. This shit is going towards a grand jury. Are you crazy? Right? When Obama runs, then you'll know that we telling the truth. Hillary Clinton, right? Look at it. It was, like Mike says, you have been exposed, Biden, Hillary, and Obama, to show what hypocrites on the left are right now criticizing Trump. They are the hypocrites. And I agree with you, Mike. These are the people here that have set this whole thing up, right? Biden, Hillary, Obama, right? These are the people, right? This is exactly why we are here. Obama is on the trial now. Obama has to lawyer up. Obama is being accused of practically treason. Thank you for the likes. This is what it is. No matter what they come in here and try to block and deflect, we know what it really is. Look at Tulsi Gabbard coming out with more evidence and more evidence, right? Right? Yep, that's what I'm saying. Trump didn't even have the media on his side. The Dems are the worst. Exactly. And I say so to myself, exactly. That's what I say, That's what I'm saying. Trump still don't have the, thank you for the likes. He still doesn't have the media on his side. Trump been fighting fake media just like the fake Apollo moon landing. Oh my gosh. Hold on for a minute. It's supposed to be Hold on for a minute. Oh man, that's saying right. Trump been fighting the fake news media just like with the fake Apollo moon landing. Woo, woo. Boy, I tell you. Say they curve because they don't go straight up. There's a reason why they don't go straight up. This is a picture of, we already know who that is, though, too, right there. But I ain't going to mention his name, not for real. But Yellar Tar, let me mention this, though, too. Now, we know that there's a thing. There's not enough push to leave the Earth gravity, right? And the thing we're talking about, the Van Allen belt, that's another whole thing, though. We used to learn this in school, right? We don't have enough technology to be able to push us straight up into space. It's curving for a reason, right? That's the thing about it, though. Now, like I said, until we actually see it, all I see is a whole bunch of curves. But you got to explain to me, and you have the floor on here. Yep. So, like I said, if the landing was fake, right? There is a barrier, according to what Denise said. Denise Farmers, there is a barrier. It's called the Great Barrier, right? And we don't have the technology to push through the barrier. This makes it impossible to go out in space. We've been lied to about that as well, right? Can't get past the barrier, though. Can't get past the barrier. It's the barrier. No, Google is not a great source for research, sir. You know who controls Google? Just like they control a lot of other stuff. If you're going on Google, I have more respect. But Google or any of these AI things, right? They're programmed to tell you the same old nonsense, right? Have you noticed that why is it so hard that we can't go back to the moon if it was so real? The moon should be something, right, that we should be able to, let's say, fly there, no problem. I always wonder, why don't they claim they went there before? Why is it so hard that they can't go back to the moon? I'm just asking simple questions, right? I mean, they always talk about how they want to go to the moon, let alone go to Mars. How are you going to do that? What's it going to be? Only way they can do that if they have to set up another, Hollywood Productions or whatever in order to do it. I mean, yeah, it's just a joke, though, right? I mean, Star Trek and all that stuff and Star Wars, I get it. It would be nice if we had the technology to really do that. I'd be very impressed. If we are able to do that, let me get on out of here, man. I appreciate you guys. I read as much as I possibly can. I would love to read more. But, yeah, we just making sense of this stuff, though, man. Let me go ahead and take this down. So now that you guys have digested that enough, let me just go ahead and hold on. Let me move the American flag too. Just give me one moment, because I gotta go ahead and shut this down. Get back out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there we go. Boy, look at that though, man. You know what I'm saying? I figured out what was wrong with the blurriness of the camera though. It's a lighting issue too, you know. But other than that though, guys, I really appreciate you guys for showing up and showing out once again. Well, I appreciate you for coming over here for Some Random Guy Speaks. But I had to put that up there for a while, though, ladies and gentlemen, because I wanted us to stay focused on what we were talking about mostly, right? And we're talking about the American Saved Act, right? Because this is the only thing here that would stop this cheating, right? We don't need illegals voting in our voting process, right? And with this man down here that's have been putting his life on the line and doing the things that I would say that the American people are doing, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, hold on for a minute. Let me do something. No, I'm gonna keep that over there. But yeah, it's just a beautiful thing, though. You know. But like I said, though, too. Let me go ahead and mention, bring up something else here. Let me see this. To a lot of people, this is how they see President Trump. I'm not even joking and kidding, man. This is Trump is considered, this is how we look at him. He's going to put his life on the line, his family on the line. That's why we call him Super Trump. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Let me do the the Superman. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let me stop now. But that's exactly how a lot of Americans see Trump. It's not to be worshiped. What I'm saying is, it's that he's standing up for freedom, justice, and the American way. Just like with Superman, right? This is exactly what it is, right? Thank you for the likes. He's standing up, right? This is a modern day Superman here. Trump didn't have to do this. He's already was a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? He he actually lost a lot of money being the president, messing around with all this nonsense. He could have been like with many other people. Trump don't even take a salary. I already went over that already. Everybody else took a salary but Trump. Trump is the only one that did not take a salary. He don't need it. He doesn't need it, ladies and gentlemen. They were over here trying to lock up an innocent man and put him behind bars. Trump is innocent on all accounts, but it was trumped up charges, pardon the pun, and this is why we are in this. They tried to create a quagmire, a debacle, but it did not work, right? Just like a lot of things with the left, when you cheat and lie, because if this guy was really a felon for real, he's supposed to be sitting behind bars, and he wasn't even the president yet. Come on now. It's going to be real. What was that, 2024? All right, or 23? All right, so let me go ahead and open. I'm going to do another one here. Hold on for a minute. Let me go ahead and open up something else. Then I'm going to get on out of here, man. I got to get on out of here, man. But, yeah, other than that, let me see here. This is more like Obama. You know how I like to do, right? The world's most wanted terrorist is Obama bin Laden. He's been lying for all this time. This is what we've been dealing with. Obama bin Laden. There we go. Right? This is exactly what it is. He's a Muslim. He supports terrorism. He went against a duly sitting president, which was Trump, right? Tried to cause all type of mayhem, corruption, and confusion. He weaponized the IRGC, which is the Iranian supreme leaders, the Ayatollahs. He was in bed right along with him. Gave him $450 million on a Boeing jet, right? Brought in uranium in there, taught him how to enrich it and everything. Thank you for the likes. Anybody making this stuff up on Obama? What about the troops and all the rest of the people, right? In Afghanistan and all the rest of that stuff, of what they've been doing, right? And so forth, man. This dude here is an international terrorist. That's what he really is, and this is fitting. Got the beard going on. Shit, it shouldn't have been bin Laden. That guy, that's a joke right there. This is the man we should have really been after, you know. But everybody was in love with this guy, drunk off this dude, and all the rest of that stuff. Talking about make change. Keep change, you know. Like to say to all my fellow constituents, hello, Chicago. Hillary, Malia, Sasha, where's Michelle at? Hillary. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness, boy. I tell you, man. Let me go ahead and pull up another one here, though. But, you know what I'm saying? Hold on for a minute. Before I go, you know, got to admit that was a pretty good Obama impression, though. You know, I must say myself, you know. This is another one here. The Democrats hate America. Is that fair to say? Is that an accurate assessment and statement, right? Let me just put this a little bit. I don't want to turn that too much. I'll try to show myself. Thank you for the likes. Look like the likes have it. Try to curve it in a little bit, but it won't let me. Democrats hate America. There we go, right here. Let's look at that for a minute. It's obvious they hate. I thank you for the likes so much. I really do. They hate America, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because We know that they hate the Constitution. They are sock puppets for the globalists. Let's go down through here again, right? This is the only type of people that have used race, victimhood, shame, blame, right? They have done all this stuff, but they have not done it well. Because now we are on the tricks, the lies, and everything else. Look at all this fraud. Thank you for the likes that they've been doing. There's been fraud after fraud after fraud after fraud, right? That's been going on here in America. Look at California alone. There are triple digits of billions of dollars that they have frauded the people in California, just like they have frauded in America. Look at Minneapolis. Look at all these other type of places, man. This is what they do. They can't answer a damn question, right? They always try to answer a question with another question, change the goalposts, right? It's what they do. This is why I put this up here. Democrats, we know, hate America, hate the Constitution, right? And they were really trying to bankrupt America, steal the America's wealth like they've been doing before, right? These are the things that criminals do. They're foot soldiers they allow into America, right? When it come down to who, we talk about Trinde Alagra. We talk about who else? MS-13. These are their foot soldiers, right? And that's why their asses is being rounded up. You know what I'm saying? So this guy with the Cat Williams photo that won't show his real photo. See, I'm up here real, right? I'm real. You guys see what I look like. But he can't even come in and show his real face. You know what I'm saying? He's a clown just like that. I have more respect for Cat Williams than this dude. This guy here got to hide behind a meme. The pussy that you are. Thank you for the likes. That you ain't even worth talking about, dude. You need to go back in the corner somewhere, man. That's what you should do, man. You're not even worth conversation. You're not even on my level at all. You're really not. You think you are, but you're not, right? So go in the corner and cry like the baby you are. You're a little baby. Look at him. Look at him. I'm over here cooking Obama. In fact, let me go ahead and put that other photo up. Hold on for a minute. It's going to be a lot more impactful, you know. I love showing Obama and everything. Now, let's go and talk about I'm going to cook Obama and then I'm gone. So Obama, right, this is the dude, right, that once again committed treason against a sitting duly president, which is Donald J. Trump, right? He went against the will of the American people, stole our election, tried to impeach Trump several times, weaponized our enemies, created the Muslim Brotherhood, right? He wasn't like him totally doing it. He had help doing it, right? That's why they don't, see, the thing about it is that butthurt ass Negroes like this guy here posing as Cat Williams, they can't even take the truth, right? It's people like him that I cook on a day-to-day basis, right? Like I'm cooking his behind right now. He can't give me one reason, but what we're going to talk about is this. These are the people right here responsible for trying to destroy what? America, ladies and gentlemen. They were trying to do it, and many of us know who these people are. We know them by name, right? Look at them. These are the fraudulent fraudsters, right? And the haters of America. These are the people that are anti-American, right? They believe in big government, right? More waste, use, and abuse and fraud. These people right here, right, that have used America as the watchdog all over the world, right? And they all co-sign on it because you know why? They're all sock puppets of the globalists. Here they are right here. And we already know with the Demo KKK rats, they are lockstep with each other. They try to cover for each other. All these people here are millionaires, by the way. Every last one of them. The question should be, how did they make their money? Because right now the RICO laws and all the rest of this stuff on the DNC party is all being investigated. Thank you for the likes. They cannot explain this, right? Look at this. And it's going to become a time, right? We got to put term limits. Because some of these people that's already gone, right? Look at nasty Pelosi, right? How's she worth, what, over $250 million? What did she do? We know what she did wrong. But these people aren't even smart enough to even come up with a business on their own. These people weren't rich. These people wasn't millionaires before they got in office. When they got in office, then this is where they started making the money, being long-term politicians. Chuck Schumer, look at him. Boy, I tell y'all, man. AOC, look at her over there. You got big butt AOC. Boy, I tell y'all, man. I cooked their ass. Look at them. It's easy to do. These people are guilty for trying to destroy America. They hate the Constitution. They believe in big government. They believe in censorship. They believe in all Americans to be disarmed. Right? I rest my case, Your Honor. I got too much compelling evidence against what they have done. We have seen them many of times, and thank you for the likes, and what they have been guilty of doing. These people right here, these are your people, your most treasonous people, your betrayers. These people, there's many more. These ain't all of them. These are some of the main ones that you see. This is why people in America don't rock with these people. All of them have been exposed, right? This is why we have to have the American Saved Act. And when we get that going, it's a safeguard against tyranny, corruption, use and abuse, fraud, because if these people will happen under their watch, and they're going to be held accountable. You know? They are the ones that's under the gun right now. They're the ones that got to defend. They're the ones that's got to go before the grand jury. They are the ones, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the likes. These people right here, and others as well too. Right? Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much. Nobody making nothing up on these people here, because if they were so the darlings and innocent, well, why are they up here facing grand jury charges and stuff for what they have done? Russia, Spygate, Pizzagate, Bill Gates. You know, I love saying that, but that's exactly what it is. These are the same people, right? They were all in on it, right? All in on it. Ain't none of them innocent. And there's many others in the group, right? This is one of the main reasons, ladies and gentlemen, like I love showing this before I go. Got to show this again. And this is for the Cat Williams dude that loved to come in here. He been in my live before. He always shows up under the Cat Williams meme because he's a coward, like many others. He's a coward, right? This is what they do. Let's go ahead and show this here. Right? Look at this here. In fact, let me do this here. Let's go ahead and change this right. Hold on for a minute. Let's go ahead. Democrat Clown Show. All right, hold on for a minute. Oh, my goodness. It's just too easy. Just too easy. These are the clowns. These are the clowns right here. This is your Democrat freak clown show right here. These are the people solely responsible. This is why we in a situation now that Trump been fixing because of not their incompetence. This was deliberate. Make no mistakes about it. Here you clowns right here. Boy, I tell you, hold on for a minute. Go on and get that up here right. Ain't that fitting? Hold on for a minute. Let me put that right down here. There we go. What you see at the top is what we got right here down at the bottom, boy. Ain't that something? And who's out in front? Oh, yeah, this would be Obama out in front. Oh, man, look at this clowns, boy. Oh, my goodness, boy. Look at this. Democrat clown show. Clowning the Democrats once again, man. Oh, my goodness. You got her, too, right? Look at that.
Hello.
I want to talk to you. Okay,
No.
we're there. After
Getting cooked.
Brown brush. I mean,
I was waiting for you to say it.
love goodness. You're like, how she was gonna say you in the cook. You may clap.
And your answer is part of the job.
So.
You just
Okay, she don't need that.
I'm sure.
Okay.
You're welcome. Pull out a Venn diagram.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, boy. Ain't that something, though, y'all? Boy, we dodged a big bullet. Boy, we sure have, didn't we? This is what we're dealing with here. Clowns and buffoonery. Weaponize their opponent, under Joe Biden, to go after his who? To go after Trump. Really, that's really what it is. They weaponize themselves. And criminals, what they also do is they love to protect themselves, right? This is what they did. And we all see the corruption right now. They don't have an answer for nothing when you want to get down to the money and the numbers and stuff like that. And they turn on each other too. There's no loyalty whatsoever with these criminals that you see right now before us. And there's many others. Ain't none of them no good. This is why this is the Democrat Clown Show. I think I'm going to do another title next time. We're talking about the Democrat Clown Show and the people that support them, right? Because you should have your ass kicked. We don't need nobody clowning around running this country. We need competent people for real. We need real men and women to stand up. We ain't looking for no clowns, buffoons, low IQ, and ignorant type of people. We don't need that. This is what you got here, man. And again, when you thumb me down, guess what? It also helped my algorithm. Keep on. It don't matter to me. You still building up. I still get people coming into this room just like you. You think that hurt me? It never hurts me. It makes me even better. So once again, I appreciate you for your interaction. That also helps. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much. And I love clowning on them. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. The ones that's on the left are clowns in this room, man. Look at them. Boy, I would love to play the clown song, though. Go right along with them. You got Obama. This is the one here in the yellow the clown jumpsuit. You got Chuck Schumer, right? You got Hillary Clinton. That's her right there in the pink. That's Hillary. I see you, Hillary. Yeah, I see you right there. That's Hillary. Let me see here. Look like we have here another one here. That is Nasty Pelosi right here. And the one that's kind of hiding behind her in the orange wig, that is AOC right there. I see you, AOC. You can't hide. I see you. I see you. Let me see here. What else here? We have, is that Joe Biden? Who is that, Joe Biden? Oh, yeah. And then who else we have here trying to hide, man? I see you. You can't hide. Well, I can stop. Boy, I can go ahead and see. Who is that, boy? Which one is Adam Shifty Schiff? You can't hide, Adam Schiff. I see you. I see you, man. Oh, my goodness. Look at this, boy. Man. Where's, oh, yeah, I also see, you know what else I see in this line up here trying to hide and stuff? Oh, yeah, that's the one in the white sweater. Is that, oh, yeah, that's Taliba Rashid right there. Thank you for the lights. Oh, yeah, you can't hide, though, you know. Oh, my goodness. The line just constantly get longer and longer. Look at these clowns, boy. Oh, my goodness, man. Woo, man, don't leave out. Where's Hakeem Jeffries at, man? I know he's up in there. You can't hide from me, Hakeem Jeffries. You said Corey, Bookie. Y'all guys can't hide, man. You ain't that line up to. Oh my goodness, guys, it's just too easy, man. Look at this, man. Oh my goodness. The Democrat Clown Show. Thank you for the likes, though. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are really rocking, man. You know how I love getting these darn trolls, man. Thank you for the likes, though, man. I really do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you guys showing up, and we showed out today. Boy, we talked about the American Saved Act. We talked about a lot of other things in between. But the question was that I asked earlier, if the 34 count felony impeach, we were just asking a simple question. You know what I'm saying? You have to prove that Trump did all these things, and they couldn't. They just kept repeating of what he was charged for, but many of them did not know what they were trying to get him on. It wasn't until Mike, the CPA, had explained what they were really trying to do, and I think I believe that too. He did better than any of them, especially when the ones on the left. They couldn't even answer it. They just looking silly, just like these clowns. That's what I see my detractors, these clowns right here that's in this group. You got another dude that got to come up with a Cat Williams meme. Man, I tell you, man, I've seen many of them. Just clowns, man. Man, look at that. Do you agree? Right? Look at this. Right? Democrats are trying to destroy America. And they really are, because they hate the Constitution. They've been trying to take our gun rights, censorship, as I said, all the other stuff. They want to set up, get rid of the electoral. I went over that yesterday. How they were systematically trying, not systematically, they were just flat out trying to get rid of the electoral college and wanted to push the popular vote as being something. No, it's not going to work. We already told Abigail Spamberger, if you push it, we will sue you. You know what I'm saying? Boy, Abigail Spamberger. Yeah, I'm going to have to update this clown line here and put Abigail Spamberger in there as well, too. You can't hide from me, Abigail Spamberger. I know you in that lineup, you know? Oh, my gosh. Look at this, though, guys. Look at it. They so butthurt about this, boy. Look at these clowns, man. Oh, my goodness, man. I'm over here, boy, making them just look so bad. They make themselves look bad. I don't do anything. All this fraud going on in all these states, they just look the other way. Because the Democrat followers, especially the men, the liberals, are weak cowards. They won't call their party out on this stuff. You know you ain't supposed to be stealing from the American people. What do? Over here stealing against the American people. Look at this stuff. Look at this. This is terrible, man. Boy, I tell y'all, man. You cannot make this stuff up at all. Nobody, I'm over here reporting what they've been doing. Espionage, right? Look at it, setting up a coup to try to impeach our president. They wanted to get him out of here. But in their knowledge, they want to call it dethroning because they see Trump as a, king. Right? They see him as a king. Right? Bitching and got another man in their mouth every single day. That makes them look like a victim, make them look weak. Look at this. Thank you for the likes. Yep. Look at how sad they are coming in this room. They're sad, boy. It's just so sad. Oh my goodness. That's why I say, who you think I got the crybaby thing on, boy? Oh, Dems, it's all good. Oh, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Thank you for the likes. The Dems, we're going to we're going to round them up. We're going to get some McDonald's Happy Meals for them. Then we're going to go ahead and send them to that insane asylum where they can be able to sit down, watch TV. They ain't got to worry about, being on the outside no more and stuff. And that's how we got to start treating these people, man. It's the loony bin, man. These people are way off, man. They can't even take them serious, man. Oh, yeah, before I go out of here, hold on for a minute. I got to do something here. Where Ralph? Hold on, I got to do my sponsor thing. Mr. Ralph. Mr. Ralph. There you go. Yeah, it's about time that y'all hear from Mr. Ralph. Let me go ahead and put Mr. Ralph up over here, man. There we go, Mr. Ralph. For daily YouTube, Instagram, and X grow followers, get in contact with Mr. Ralph. Mr. Ralph, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Ralph. There we go. Mr. Ralph. When it comes down to your daily YouTube, Instagram, X grow followers, if you're a content creator thinking seriously about becoming a content creator, get in contact with Mr. Ralph. Don't hesitate. Don't delay. Email him today. Here's his email address listed down below. You want to go ahead and get in contact with Mr. Ralph. Mr. Ralph will take care of you. Even though you people on the left, you can't even figure out how to be a content creator. Mr. Ralph is going to take care of you, because, once again, your success is his success, right? That's exactly how it is, though. Don't be over here. Don't be a ninja watcher. Don't be, if you want to have something to say, let Mr. Ralph take care of you. Let him be the content creator for all your content creator needs. Mr. Ralph. There we go. All right. That was Mr. Ralph. Oh, there we go. So don't delay. Get in contact with Mr. Ralph, and he can make it happen for you. You know what I'm saying? He got me together, and he's going to get you together too. Create all your shorts and everything. Get your stuff. Get you some visibility where you start getting traction. And you got to have a thick skin in this business too, because, people are going to insult you, name call you, and all kind of stuff. So if you can overcome that, you can overcome anything, There we go. Mr. Ralph. Now that we got that out of the way, I think we got everything here. I got one more. Hold on, I got one more and I'm out for real, for real. Boy, I got one more here, Yeah. Hold on for a minute. See, I know people on the left, they love that one, boy. Whoo, they love that one. Don't y'all love that one, Look at that, boy. I tell you, they love it. They love it. Boy, I tell y'all, man. Don't they love it? What does that say? It says MAGA, Republican, surge. That's the big tsunami wave right there. That's the red wave. Oh, is that the red wave? Oh, that's the red wave. It sure is. You see it, y'all? It's coming in more in fruition every single day. The big, beautiful red wave. I tell y'all, man. Ain't that something? Boy, The red wave is going to take over this country like never before in those midterms. The Dems, KKK rats are shaking and they shaking so bad. They're about to have a nervous breakdown. If Trump wins these midterms, we're not only taking over the House, we're going to take over the Senate, right? And it's all going to happen right over here by yours truly, us, as the American patriots and the people, right? Boy, we taking back America one day at a time. And I'm glad to be part of history here. This is exactly what we need. We need real leadership, ladies and gentlemen. Not this old phony stuff, right, we've been dealing with for a long time. We need real leadership. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Beautiful thing. Leadership. Real leadership, right? That's what I'm talking about right here. Boy, I tell you. Go ahead. So, yeah, so this is basically what it is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play the American anthem. I haven't forgotten about it, guys. Hold on for a minute. Just give me one moment. We got to get the American anthem back up here because it's a beautiful thing. I'm sorry, the Star Spangled Banner. Excuse me. Yeah, we got to get the Star Spangled Banner back. And that's exactly what we're going to do because it's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Yours truly. Let me just go ahead and center that right here. I kind of took that away by accident. But, yeah, there it is right here. So we're going to go ahead and play that American anthem. Just give me a moment. Oh, say, can you see? Oh, who is that? Trump? Oh, there you go. Boy, I tell y'all, man. Hold on for a minute. I got to do something. You know I love trolling the trolls, though, man. Can I do this for the trolls before I play the American anthem? Let's go ahead and do this here. All right?
Hello, everybody. It's a little bit unusual, right? Bobby's a very unusual person.
Hold on, this is going to be a little long, though, but I meant to play this, though. But this is on the White House, though. You guys got to get that app, man. President Trump signs a executive order April the 18th, 2026. We're going to get into this tomorrow, next time, right? Boy, look at these patriots right here all lined up. There's Bobby. Look at Bobby, RFK Jr. Go ahead, Bobby. Yep, there it is right there, boy. I tell you, man. You know, Trump surrounds himself by winners, not losers, not crybabies and victimhood type people, try to shame people and stuff. This is what winning looks like, ladies and gentlemen. This is what winning look like, right? Look at this. So I'm about to sign another executive order, man. Go ahead, Trump. Boy, that's what I tell you, man. That's the thing about it, boy. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about that next time. Save America. Here's the other thing, right? Look at that. Act now, right? Look at this. A valid ID before registering to vote in a federal election. Proof of citizenship. No mail-in ballot except for illness, disability, military, or travel. Do it make itself clear? Isn't this simple? Look at this before I go. This is right here, ladies and gentlemen. They just can't stop it. The president is calling on Republicans and Democrats to pass the Save American Act. Requirement for voter ID to vote should be something that no American oppose. If you want to register to vote in the United States, you have to be a citizen. This is in bold letters, in the United States. The Save American Act will direct states to remove non-citizens from the voter rolls. America lags behind other nations. Why is that, right? In enforcing basic and necessary election protection, right? India and Brazil tie voter ID to a biometric database, while the United States largely relies on attestation, right, for citizenship. Germany and Canada requires a paper ballot when tabulating votes, while the U.S. lacks basic chain of custody protection. Denmark, Sweden, right? Look at it here, right? Look at what's going on. Sensibly limiting mail-in voting to those unable to vote in person. Look at this. Late arrivals do not count, while America elections now feature mass voting by mail, even after Election Day. This is the type of nonsense that was going on, right? We want same-day votes. We want it in by 9 p.m., and we want the results by midnight. That's fair. That's what we call. This is a winner here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's like to win, right? Uncle Sam needs you. Save our elections. Do the right thing, citizens, left, right, in the middle. Let us save our elections, please. We can do it. Let's save our elections. Uncle Sam needs you. There we go. And on that note, boy, I killed it, boy. I tell you, man, I killed it. I appreciate you guys, man, for being part of something great. Look at Trump. He just over there. That's just Trump. We ain't talking about Trump. You know what I'm saying? Boy, they try to make this man, villainize this man. Boy, I tell you, man, all he wanted is to make America great again. He's doing an excellent job with it. I appreciate y'all, man. I really do, man. Let's go ahead and play that Star Spangled Banner and things, though. So let me go ahead and remove this here. All right, we're going to play the Star Spangled Banner, and I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys for showing up, man. I really do, though, you know, even with the haters, you know. Like many times, they'll be here for the most part of it. So let's go ahead and get that Star Spangled Banner, man. Copyright free. All right. Let's do it. You know, let's do it. All right, let's go ahead on and get that going. I appreciate you guys, though. You know, stand up for the American anthem, man. Stand up. You know, and yep, there we go. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a minute. Let me see here. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, stand up for America, boy. Yep, we can't let America down.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes